Today's guest is going to be none other than Parkwood's finest, Sal. Don't know his last name. Sal is an astonishing 5'2" at 190 pounds. Sal comes from a background of Kempo Karate, and Sal is a notorious softball player in the Parkwood team. This episode is brought to you by FidgetsForUs.com. That's
Welcome back to the dumbest guy in the room. If you could, man, just kind of introduce yourself, dude, and just tell me a little bit about who you are, and we'll dig into your story.
My name's Salvatore Mistretta. As it's been said, I started at the Forge June of last year, June, sometime late June, early July last year. I joined the Forge to actually get into MMA, actually start somewhat of a career, because I have just a big passion for it. You know, I've been watching it for my whole life almost. Well, not my whole life, but since I was about 14, 15, I've been watching it. So it's become a passion of mine. And to be able to, say eventually that, hey, I tried this. I got into the octagon. I was willing to go in there and let another man punch me in the face and all that to try and build a career off of it. That's just how it all started. Finally, when I heard about Chris and Kyle opening up their gym, I've always been a fan of Chris and Kyle. I followed them I knew about them even before before they had their UFC runs. So hearing that they were opening up a gym right down the street from me, not even a 10-minute walk, I was like, all right, it's time for me to get up off my lazy ass and do what I've been planning for the longest time. This is the perfect moment. I don't know Chris and Kyle at the time, didn't know them personally, but I had met them before. And I was like, this is the perfect time. I mean, I did the email, went there for the first time, and now we're almost a year. Well, yeah, what, 8 months or so in?
Yeah.
So
So,
it's been the best decision I've ever made.
yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely a journey. I mean, when I started at the Forge, I just happened to be in Philadelphia for work. That the month that they opened. Um, Prior to that, I had some jujitsu training, but nothing really. And now I'm all in, dude. I have part of a gym down here in South Carolina, and been training here as well. So it's changed my life too. So let me ask you this: so you said you were watching MMA and you were into it as far as like a fan. Um, so joining the gym obviously is a lot different than to just watching it, especially at that gym.
Yeah.
That gym is, I mean, it's filled with, I mean, they're killers in that gym, like everybody. Um, so through that journey, like what is it that you've seen that like growth from that? Like, have you seen anything getting better in your life from the time you started at the Forge till now?
Oh, yeah, I would say through the 8 months or so that I've trained and learned, it's definitely made me a better person per se. Before I got into the gym, I would, it would be really easy for someone on the streets to really get me pissed off. Someone on the street would talk shit, and I'm in on it. I'm ready to go. Let's square up. Let's do this. I don't even care if you pull out a gun. Now it's like, all right, you're mouthing off. Like I have a lot more resistance because this guy is just some bum on the street talking shit. He don't know that even with the 8 months of training or so, I know a better way to defend myself. I know just how to keep myself calm in a situation where this guy is just mouthing off the whole time, going nuts. It's definitely made me a more, I want to say, a better person. I've always had anger problems. I never even went to anger management. I had therapy and all that. But this became like my main therapy. Um, it's really slowed me down in terms of anger and keeping myself, calm and persistent and not, getting into stupid stuff that I normally did when I was, just 2 years ago. I mean, we're talking very recent that I was this idiot who would get into any little minor thing someone said to me that I didn't like, I got pissed off. Now it's like, all right, keep talking, and
So, so the anger issues prior to, training, I mean, usually that stems from something, from childhood. What was your story pre, like who was young Sale? Like, did you live in Parkwood, right?
yeah, I've lived in Parkwood for most of my whole life, but prior to that, I think we moved here in 2009. But prior to that, we lived up in Mayfair on Aldine Street, right across from Edwin Forest uh,
Okay.
Elementary School. Um, I don't want to like. I would say I had a rough childhood. I've had trauma, but at the same time, I also had a decent childhood. I um I wasn't abused physically by any means necessary from my parents and all that. I was um this is the one thing that I've always was hesitant to talk about. Only a few people at the Forge know um this story. A few people, not even really anybody in my family knows this story. Not even some of my friends know this story who I've known for my whole life. None of them know this story. Um, but I have this reoccurring nightmare to this day still, and this has been going on for my whole life. This reoccurring nightmare, and I don't have this for no reason. So this had to have happened, but I don't remember it. Where I'm around 5 years old, and where I'm in my bathroom that of the house and I lived in Mayfair. I'm around 5 years old, and there's somebody in front of me, and he's unclothed, and I was being molested. Now, I don't throw out accusations to anybody in the family or anything like that because I don't know. But I know for a fact that I was touched when I was younger. And I don't know how long it went on for because at the time I'm like 5 years old. Don't know how long it went on for, but that really stuck with me for a long time. I was having these dreams when when I was like 10 years old up until now. I'm still having them. Like when my brain finally processed and I started getting older, like this is what happened. Um, I was I was bullied a lot, you know, bullied a lot because I wasn't like most of the kids. I was very outspoken. I was one of those people who didn't think before they said things, but also I just said whatever came off to my mind. It's not like I sit there and I join a conversation and I'm just agreeing with everybody. A lot of times I'm the outcast. I'm disagreeing with somebody because that's just how I see stuff. So that caused me to get bullied a lot. A lot of people thought that I was gonna be like this, psychopath or school shooter, this and that, because I was lonely. I was being bullied and traumatized the whole time. And as time went on, each grade is, eighth grade all the way up to, you know, high school. I was actually homeschooled for high school. We'll get to that, the reason why. But up to eighth grade and so on, I was being, bullied so much that not even just the trauma was breaking me down. It was just that too. Like I started getting really angry at the world. I started getting angry at the world. I started getting angry at my friends, my family, just everybody. They could be the nicest people on planet Earth. They didn't even have anything to do with my trauma. And I was turning it on them. I was, I was young still. I didn't know any better, but I was an asshole because I was turning it on everybody. So I feel like now me being older, I can handle the dealing with the trauma and going to the forge, trying to build something for myself has definitely helped me out in a big way of coping with it. But there are still moments in time today that it hits me and I still get that rage, that feeling that I had when I was younger. But
Look, man, I got a 1 minute. Takes it takes a lot of courage to say that. I mean, it's not an easy thing for people to say to anybody, let alone on here. Um, so one, man, I like seriously, that's probably the fact that you can talk about it's gotta be very helpful. Um, and being bullied, I can't really relate too much to it, but I can feel it because I wouldn't say I was a bully per se, but I wanted to be cool.
Mm,
So I would kind of but I was just making a fool of myself too. You know what I mean? Like I was just being an idiot. I definitely can look back and say I definitely probably hurt some dude's feelings back in the day that was fucked up. Um, but I would say for those moments, man, if you could just look at them like they were young too and they were dumb and they just wanted to be cool.
yeah,
It was never a personal attack. I could say that from experience on the other end. And I can also relate to the putting things on to the people that you love. It's a lot easier to do that. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to let the anger come out on the person that you're closest to for some reason. Um,
it's because they're right there. They're in your eyes. They're the easiest target.
yep.
They've had nothing to do with it, but they're the easiest target because they're caught in the crossfire of everything. So you just blurt it right out to them.
Yeah, man. I know 100%. And you said you were homeschooled, so did something happen did something happen or was that a choice of yours or your parents? Like,
So me being homeschooled didn't actually have anything to do with the bullying. Um, Around 2000, right before I started high school, my mom had a heart attack. Right, like 5 days before Christmas, 2015, I want to say. So she was in the hospital, and it was like the day before Christmas Eve. I got a call. It was her. She was like, "Hey, bud, I'm okay. I'll be home soon." Blah blah blah. So I'm like, "All right, I'm excited to see her before Christmas Eve." Because Christmas Eve, the whole family gets together and we go to my uncle's house. We do Pollyanna, the whole family. First time throughout the whole year, I get to see the whole family together. So I was excited for her to be back and see the whole family. Well, the day before Christmas Eve, she had a stroke, left her permanently paralyzed from the waist down. So couldn't walk, can't talk anymore. Not words, it's just straight gibberish. And she can only use her right hand. She is still like that to this day. She's in a home now. Um, we just saw her for Valentine's Day. But when she got to the hospital after the stroke, the doctors told us she only had about a week to live. So she's all wired up and everything, barely breathing. So my brothers, who I haven't seen for like 6 years prior before that, come down from Washington to say goodbye to their mother and also be with me for the first time in 6 years. And at that point, I had no faith. No, there was no such thing as God. She made it clear, she made it through. She didn't die. And I was like, then there's got to be a God. There's got to be something. If these doctors, these professionals, these people that you rely your life on, tell you that she's not going to make it, and then she does, there's got to be a God. There's got to be a heaven. There's got to be something that watched that and said, no, she's not leaving just yet. So she goes into rehab. Um, but the only thing she can physically rehab is her right arm. Her left is gone. There's no moving it. Even her left leg. Just there's no fixing that. But as long as she can start writing with her right arm again. So after a few months to a year of rehab, she comes home. And this is just before I start high school. So it's like my dad can't do this on his own. I need to be here. So we made the decision, you're going to do online schooling for high school. That way you can clock in, do your stuff, clock out, and you'll be here to help me take care of mom. So that was the only reason that I was homeschooled, was strictly for her. And being homeschooled, as if I already didn't feel lonely after all the bullying, I just felt more lonely because I was homeschooled. I only had a few friends outside at the time. So I wasn't going to school and trying to be social anymore. Now I'm home for 4 years, only going out, you know, once a day for a few hours to play tag and manhunt and stuff with some friends. Other than that, I wasn't social. So that was another 4 years of my life that was mentally draining. Seeing her in pain like that, because she was always in pain, seeing her struggle and in pain, it gives you that thought like, okay, yeah, there's a God. She made it through when she was supposed to die. But you get those thoughts like, should she have made it through? Because now she's suffering. Should she maybe have gone and passed on? Would she be better off? I still get those thoughts to this day because she still suffers every now and then.
No, I get that, man. I don't think that we know the answer to that. We don't know what's next, and I think just having that faith in something is all you need, and whatever. In my opinion, man, everything happens for a reason. Everything everything leads to the next thing. If none of that stuff has happened, then you're not here today doing what you're doing. Um, so looking back at times like that, man, I lost both my parents within the last 4 years now. So like I understand what it's like to go through that. It's not easy, bro. Like it's not. It's life changing. You still have her, and I would say that there's a reason for it. So just keep having faith in God and knowing that there is a reason why she did not leave. Sometimes it's not said. Sometimes the lesson's not learned for a while down the line, but you can look back and see why things have happened the way they did in order to get to where you're at. So with all that happening, dude, and being bullied and this, like, how did you find the courage to get to join the Forge? Like, one, like, since I've been there and I know what the culture is like there, like, it's a great culture and it's not at all like I don't think it's intimidating at all. I think everybody in there is awesome. But like, I knew CJ going in, and I kind of went with him and just was following him. I didn't just go by myself. Um, So how did you find the courage or did it take courage to actually show up to a gym with two UFC fighters that were running it?
Yeah. It definitely took some courage because my when I first started it, I was always telling everybody I'm doing it because I love the sport and I want to get into the octagon. That's half true. The real truth is because I want to do it to make up for all. Like, I didn't graduate high school. I didn't get a diploma. My parents never got to see me walk up on that stage for a diploma. I'll admit, I didn't graduate high school. I guess
Neither did I.
you consider that uh,
No, I didn't.
in my family they looked at it as a failure. Like I was a failure of a son to my parents, and I was still making mistakes left and right. Like I was not the bestest of son. I wasn't. I had some pathetic moments in my life, and I admit that I wasn't the best. You know, I'm not. I wasn't like what my family wanted me to be, and I use this not as an excuse, but to finally be able to say I made a decision by myself, a tough decision by myself, and I'm finally working towards something by myself without anybody on my back, anybody on my ass. It's the biggest breath of fresh air. It took a lot of courage for me to even email them to be like, should I go through with this? Because I don't want to do it, and I still look like a failure in the eyes of my family. I still look like a nobody. Like I've already done enough. I can't let them down any longer.
Well, what
I
about
went.
you, dude? What about
I
you? Like, how does Sal feel about Field? What does Sal want for Sal? You know, the sometimes when we look through the lens of needing the approval or the accolades from others, it takes us further from who we want to be and who you want to be. Um, so I know you said your family looked at, not graduating high school as a failure, but life's not over at that point. Life is still just beginning. I mean, you're young. I didn't graduate high school. I dropped out pretty early. Um, and at that point, I thought, yeah, I'm a failure. But looking back, dude, it was just part of my journey. It was a lesson that I learned that created who I am today. And uh, I used to look at, my parents to be like, "Am I doing? Is this what you wanted? Is this what like you need? To congratulate me? Are you?" My that was my pride. I guess I should, call it pride of living up to what they saw as excellent, which I didn't see it that way now. Now I do things that are beneficial to me that I want, but I also know benefits everybody around me.
Yeah,
So when you're looking at your life, man, like what does Sal want? Like what do you want for yourself, man? Like you should be proud of you.
yeah.
Not you don't need the the congratulations from other people. What is it that you want?
I want to be able to prove to myself that everything that happened in the past was a setback, and it was just rocks in the road. I want to be able to prove that there is still a reason for my life, because with everything going on back then, it led to three suicide attempts. Three. One of which I was like literally 10 seconds away from death before I ripped the belt off my fan. I want to be able to prove and show myself that those were the stupidest decisions I've ever made. And that trying to end it that early without even having a chance to make everything better for myself, and always worrying about what other people said and thought about me instead of actually fixing it and shutting people up and making myself proud of myself. That's my biggest goal. And walking into the forge, getting the shit kicked out of me, but learning every single time it happens, learning something new, getting better at it. I feel happier about myself. I feel 10 times better than I did back then. It's not like I go there and I get upset because I lost rounds, or CJ or Kyle or Lex beat me up. No, I needed that. I needed it. It made me 10 times better than who I was back then. It made me realize that I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have used that belt. I shouldn't have done anything.
Let me tell you
Because
something, man. I think what you're living with, and usually I don't just give advice to you, but like I've been through some shit too. I tried killing myself. I alcoholic 9 years. I hated everything about myself at one point. Um, but without that person, without those decisions, without those moments in my life, you can look at it just like you do at the Forge. Instead of it being Kyle or CJ or Lex that beat you up, man, it was just life.
yeah,
Each one of them times was just a learning lesson in your life and it needed to happen. Don't look back with regret at it. Don't look back and say this shouldn't have happened. That needed to happen to get you into the Forge, to get you to wherever you're going. Because those moments they're not you now, but that they're who created you. So don't look back with regret saying this shit is whatever, man. Like, fuck all that. Fuck anything that people say about you. Like, who gives a shit? Have fun, dude. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy this world, dude. You get one shot, right? You get one shot at it. Why look back
yeah,
in the past? I'm telling you right now, man. I think my life changed when the Forge helped me the most from the aspect of looking at it through the lens of life. When I go to the gym, when I train, no matter where it's at, when I train. I am fully present on that moment. I'm not worried about what I did in the past. I'm not thinking about things I needed to do or should have done, or I'm not thinking about none of that. I'm not thinking about what I need to do later. I'm not anticipating a future event that has not happened yet. What I'm thinking is, all right, where's his arm? Where's his leg? I don't want to get choked out. And how long can I go without getting choked out? That's
Yeah.
like the goal. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get choked out. In life, if you are living, you're going to get choked out. Things are going to happen. And at one point, our day comes.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with the dash between that? And it's just, what are you doing now? And I think it's hard to make those decisions because it's comfort is sometimes we're comfortable in the suffering, dude. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Suffering's comfortable. Doing the things that we've been doing our whole life is comfortable. But that doesn't mean that you gotta keep doing it.
Right.
Don't the resentment, dude, is resentment, regret, all that shit will kill you. It's just gonna cause stress, and stress will kill you. So the forge obviously has given you some courage and some stepping stones in order to move up with your life. What about outside of the forge, dude? Are you using that knowledge to build something for yourself, like outside the forge, or are you just solely focused on MMA? Like, has it helped you outside of the gym at all?
Yeah, it's made me more focused on life. It's definitely helped me um with, taking care of my father. It's definitely helped me in my relationship with my girlfriend, you know, it and especially with my relationships with my friends. It's actually gotten me more friends because people look at me now compared to what I was back then, and they're like, "Who's this guy? This is not the kid we knew 8 years ago or so, or in school. This is not. This is different. He's got a full grown beard. He's more mature. I still make the same jokes I always do, but he's different in so many ways. He's always there. I've got everybody's backs no matter what, And obviously I look to be more responsible than I was. I own up to my mistakes quicker than I used to. Back then, it'd be like, I didn't do that. The hell are you talking about? I don't fucking do shit. I'm the perfect guy. I don't make mistakes. Now it's like, yeah, you right. You got me there. I screwed up. Let's fix that.
So let me ask you this question, dude. So you, some good guys in that gym, some real good guys, a lot of personalities in that gym.
Oh yeah.
How the hell do you deal with Lex Ludlow, dude? How do you deal with that man?
I wake up in the morning.
You think about Lex?
The first thing I think about is what is this guy gonna say to me? What what's the next thing he's gonna add to the list of the Sal? Like he said when he was on here, he likes to be like the big brother to me and all that. Dude, I couldn't be more thankful for some of the shit he says and does because it makes me it takes a lot. You can roast me to the day I die. I'll never get offended. You want to go around telling people I wear a thong? I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I love Lex. I do. He's a great dude. He's a bad motherfucker, man. Like, listen, if I'm across the ring from him in a bare knuckle fight, at this point, uh, Zach Kalmus may be homeless, but he got some balls to even get in there with Lex because Lex is a scary dude when he's focused. But when he's just on his normal time, joking around with everybody, and it always the focus shifts to me. It's always, yeah, Sal's this and Sal's that. I'm gonna make fun of you at the press conference. I'm like, do it. Like, you're helping me out too. You're helping me.
You know,
I gotta build myself up. Make fun of me. Tell everybody I wear a thong. I don't care. I don't wear a thong, by the way.
are you sure?
I'm positive. If Chris or Kyle says it's a thong, they're lying to you. If Lex says it's a thong, he pulled his hammy racing me. So
He did, dude. You did beat him there. Lex, I Lex has got that personality, man, that like he just he when he likes you, he makes fun of you more. You know,
He's
that's
he's
who he is.
he's probably my favorite person in that gym.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Chris and Kyle don't count because they're the owners. They're automatically the greatest. They're automatically the faves. But aside from Chris and Kyle, it's Lex. Lex is 100% my favorite out of the gym, man. I mean, and it's not just the joking. The man, when it comes to training, when I do rounds with him, I mean, he's just so straightforward, and I love that. That's the thing about the people in the four. That's the thing about Chris and Kyle. They're not yes men. They will tell you if you're fucking up, if you're making mistakes, they will tell you. They'll tell you to get your shit together. And that's what I love about them. I remember the one time I went to training, it was a night class. And they felt that I was lacking because I wasn't breathing as heavy as everybody else. And I lacked. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. Yeah, I lacked. And Kyle straight told me, looked me right in the eye, said, you got to work harder than that. Chris walks up to me, he goes, stop looking at the fucking clock and get and work. And that sticks with me. That sticks with me because I need that. I don't need you can't have yes men in MMA. You're gonna get seriously fucked up if you do. I needed that. And I try. And I push myself as much as I can since then. I push myself. I leave the gym out of breath more than I've ever left the gym that day. I mean, I'm all screwed up.
Yeah, dude. You don't want yes men anywhere in your life, honestly.
No.
You know that they to me, and that's why I just got kind of honest with you with like how to look at that stuff because I've been through it. But you want people in your circle that are going to tell you when you're fucking up and tell you when you're doing good because you don't want people to lie to you to make you feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Yeah, you
I
need
need
to.
someone. I need someone to not bullshit with me during training. I need that. Like, yeah, it's great to joke around and have fun, but if you feel that if you feel that I lacked something, the fact that Chris and Kyle were right there on it, that just shows that they care.
Mm-hmm.
That just shows that they're not looking at me as just some bum who joined the gym and he thinks he wants to be a fighter. They really care about my progression and how I work. And I aim to show them that what they've taught me and how good of teachers they really are, how good of people they really are, that it's going to show. And the same with Lex. He's straightforward. There's times where he would, be showing me something during training and I'd still get it wrong. He's like, stop fucking up, dude. What are you doing? Actually, I got it right. That's what I need. I don't need me screwing up and then them like, yeah, man, you got it. Nah. Tell me I'm sucking and I'm gonna get it right. Push me. Call me a bitch. Call me a pussy. Push me a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what I need. That's how I'm going to get better. That's exactly what they do. The Forge is the best gym in Philly. And it's because they care. They give a shit.
They
That's why,
do, dude. They
that's
do.
why Kyle's going to be champion. That's why Lex is going to be champion. They're all going to be champion.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think that hold on, hold on a second.
Ugh.
What the hell? Why is this guy on a podcast?
Why are
There he
you
is,
here?
dude.
Why are you here?
Because
Why are you here?
this is my podcast. I'm actually taking it over now. This is
Shit, you're
now the most hated man, the most hated podcast in the room. Welcome, Sal, to my podcast.
the worst hammy in the room. The worst hammy.
So I'm
The worst
going to ask you some questions.
Combat sports.
I'm
Lex
going to ask you some
Ludlow.
questions. I'm going to ask you some. If you keep over talking me, we're gonna exit this interview.
Yeah.
So listen. First off, why does your house need to be cleaned 13 times a day?
Because it does. I have a girlfriend.
Take me on a tour. I want to see it right now. So
You want to see my house right now? Are you sure?
better be fucking clean.
It's somewhat clean. There's dishes in the sink, Dad. Don't beat me up now.
Oh, so you gotta go do that when you're done, huh? You gotta clock in to go do that.
Yeah,
Hey,
I do.
gotta clock in
today.
today.
I always gotta clock in. I got your ugly mug on my fridge. You want to see that too?
Yeah, actually, I do.
You want to see it? I'll show you.
And I want to see your house as well.
Just not right now.
Why? Why can't I say? Yeah, because your house is dirty as shit.
It's
You didn't
not dirty
fucking
as
clean it
shit.
today.
It's
You didn't
not dirty
clean
as
it
shit.
today.
I
That's why.
always clean it.
Hold
You've
on,
been
I
hold on,
fucking
always
hold
clean
on.
locking in.
I
Yo,
I'm
always
gonna
clean. Hold
report
on.
you.
Hold on.
I'm gonna report you to the state and say that you're abusing your fucking privileges, Sal. You're a fucking piece of shit, and you don't
Ain't no
fucking clean
shot.
your house. I know
No
it for a
way.
fact.
I always clean my house.
No, you don't. It's dirty as shit. That's why
It's
you have
not
it up
dirty
on
as
an
shit.
angle. That's why you have it up on an angle, Sal. You're like the reverse MySpace girl, you piece of shit.
The reverse MySpace girl.
The reverse
What do you
MySpace
mean?
girl, dude. MySpace back in the day, girls used to do this so they look skinny. You do this to hide your fucking house, you
I
lazy
know a few.
prick.
I know a few girls who do that.
What are you doing on this podcast? What are you guys talking about?
Don't worry
I'm
about
talking
it.
about you, dude.
Don't
Well,
worry
I'm gonna
about it.
listen to it anyway.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna be the only listener to this fucking podcast. Guy goes from fucking Chris Daukaus to
This
the
will
most
be
hated man in combat sports
this
Dude,
will
to
I
a
be
got.
fucking
I
this
went
garden
will be
from.
gnome.
the greatest.
No,
To a
what it is?
garden gnome.
It's called.
This
It's
will be the
called Chris
best part.
Dawkins to all his prodigies, dude. He's trying to be the next. He's gonna be the next Lex Ludlow, dude. He's gonna
Yeah,
be the
maybe
next.
in 30 fucking years. Jeez, but the rate that he's going, he needs to grow
Give me
about
a
fucking 8 inches.
give me a mic. Give me a mic.
You're horrible on
We
the
could do
mic.
a
You wouldn't
promo
even
battle.
go up to
We
the
could do a
fucking press
promo battle.
conference.
Hey, I'm not Chris Camozzi. We could do a promo battle.
You wouldn't even go. Yeah, you wouldn't even go up to the press conference. I almost saw your house, dude. It looks a little dirty over there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Looks a little dirty over
What do
there.
you mean
Can
I didn't
somebody
say
give
anything
me
at
a
the press?
backstory
You
on this
said
clean
everything you
house
wanted me
thing?
to say at the press conference.
Hold on. We got it. Now Bill has a question.
I need to know what's
Bill,
going on with this clean house thing.
so he works because his father is on is I really want to smoke that. Because his father is on disability, he works for like the state technically. So like he get like home aid or whatever it's called. My grandmom used to do it, right?
Yeah,
But my
yeah, I
but
know
my
you're right.
grandmom's also almost 80, taking care of her sister doing it, right? So anyway, um
Down, don't let him do that.
yeah, so he makes like $7 an hour to clean his fucking house that he isn't clean right now, by the way. So I can only assume why his fucking dad hates his guts.
His dad don't let him. Sal, don't let him do that to you, dude.
Well, no, it's okay. Last time I checked, he lost in a race to a 5'3" midget, and he pulled his hammy. I'm still
Yeah, I'm
waiting.
not afraid. I'm not afraid to admit that. But listen to this. If I catch you, I could fucking kill you. How about
But
that?
you ain't gonna catch
How
me.
about that? If I
You ain't
catch
gonna
you,
catch me.
I could fucking kill you with my
You ain't
bare
gonna.
hands.
But you'll never catch me. You'll never catch me.
The bull. Sorry, I'm getting more fucking podcast offers. They come to me, Sal. I don't ask to be on their fucking
Because you
podcast.
fight. You
Okay?
fought. I
They
haven't
fucking
fought
come to
yet.
me,
I
okay?
haven't fought yet. Just wait. Just wait, Lex. So help me God. Just wait.
Sal, are you gonna help this dude get in the ring or what, dude?
I'll help him get in the ring.
What
Are
ring?
you? He wants to fight, dude. You gonna get him in or what? You gonna get him ready or what, dude?
Yeah, in 30 fucking years.
30 ain't gonna be no 30 years, man. If I don't fight until 30 years, I'll fucking just kill myself at that point. Like
How much do you weigh?
right now I weigh like 165.
Dude, you gotta be fighting atom weight, which is 115 for your fucking height. You better lose fucking 50 pounds, you fat
I'll get
fuck.
down. I'll get down there. Don't worry. I'll get down there.
You better lose 50 pounds, you fat fuck.
I'll get down there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I will get down.
You're Angelo's son, dude.
I am not Angelo's son. Why?
Yeah, you are, dude.
Because we're Italian.
No, you look.
We're
He
Italian?
looked like he was hanging out in Wildwood for a weekend, and you were born, dude.
Well, I think that's where my dad had me, so I don't know. Who it could be.
Yeah, AKA Angelo, dude.
I don't.
I'm just so confused why you're on this fucking podcast. I don't understand it.
Because we
Dude,
said-
everybody's welcome on this fucking podcast.
Yeah,
dude.
everybody's welcome, Lex.
Yeah,
Everybody's
but now
welcome,
you're gonna
Lex.
kill all your future guests. Like you're gonna have like Brandon Graham like come up to you and be like, "Hey," you're gonna go up to Brandon Graham. You're gonna be like, "Hey, I got a good podcast. You know, we had Chris Daukaus, we had the most hated man in combat sports, Lex Ludlow. We had Patrick the Brick Brady. Oh, you got any other guests? Oh, we had Sal. He's 5'3", 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Looks like a garden gnome.
Yeah, you get them.
What's wrong with being
See,
a
dude,
garden gnome?
I get them before they're famous, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that
I
what
had
happened?
you before you were famous.
Well, you had Chris. Chris Daukaus is already famous.
Yeah, well, Chris is the man, dude. Chris came on to Bill McDale's podcast. Who the fuck is Bill McDale, dude?
You're a sales dude, man. I got a nice mustache, dude.
It does look good,
Now,
dude.
now he's feeling himself. Yeah,
Of course I am, dude.
Lex is always feeling
you
himself,
beat up a
dude.
homeless dude. Now you're feeling yourself. Look at you.
Yeah, I beat up a homeless dude. I beat
Beat
up
a
a truck
fucking-
driver, and I beat up a fat guy.
truck driver.
And I beat up a fat guy.
And who's next? Chris Camozzi?
The snoozer.
I hope so, but
He
he's
ain't
running
gonna-
for the hills. He's
he ain't
running
gonna-
for the hills like Sal was running in that race. You know what I mean? See
Eh,
how quick you see how quick I am, Sal? I'm too fast for you, bro. I'm like a fucking. I got a 6-shooter on me.
you weren't fast enough that day.
I wasn't fast enough that day. I admitted that. I admitted that I lost. I admitted that I lost.
And you'll lose again. We got a rematch.
Yeah, but how much weight have you lost since then, dude? You might be a little faster now.
No, I could definitely beat him now. I mean, I run a solid. I ran on a 8-speed treadmill, which isn't too crazy, but I ran 3 minutes straight on that on an 8-speed. So I definitely think I could beat him now.
I think we need a rematch. I think that's what I just heard here. Is
That's
I would
what
like to
everybody
do
wants
it.
see.
I would
Everybody
like
wants
to
see.
do it. I would like to do it towards the end of my next camp.
towards the end of the next camp. Do we know when that is going to be, dude?
In a month, I'll find out.
In a month, you find out the next fight. It's going to be a Philly, though, right?
I don't know. Who knows? I kind of don't want it to be, so I don't have to sell tickets. I could have a little break from that, but
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. How would that work?
I wouldn't. I mean, if you wanted to fly out to let's say it was like in Denver, and you wanted to fly out to Denver, yeah, I could sell you tickets that way. But
So, okay, so the ticket sales, you just won't make any money then.
nah, I
Yeah.
mean, I would make money, but just not as much as I did.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
no, obviously. No, I get that. I
Yeah,
get that.
He'll be the headliner.
yeah. Or I could be like, hey, since I'm not fighting in Philly, can you just pay me what I would make if I sold tickets? I could say that, but I doubt they would do that.
Yeah, Lex, let me ask you this, dude, because Sal gave me a little bit of his backstory, dude, and from what he came from in order to walk into the forge. When he came into the forge,
We don't need to
So-
hear about the priest that touched Sal, all right?
no,
We
no,
don't
no,
need to hear
the priest.
the priest that fucking touched Sal.
Are you
when
Catholic
Sal was
too?
getting baptized, dude.
Sal, are you Catholic too, dude?
No, hell no, dude. No, God no.
All Catholic boys have been touched, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That
and
is
Sal
what it is.
has
That's the
been
beauty- that's
touched
the
by
beauty
a
of it.
Catholic priest.
That's the beauty of us.
That's the best
Yeah.
part about being a Catholic, dude.
Yeah, you want getting touched by them? Yeah,
If
sure.
if you didn't get touched, you weren't good enough. You weren't.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you got touched all right, dude. Right up your butthole.
You're fucked up, dude.
You can.
Well,
No, but do you see a difference in Sal from the day Sal walked in till this Sal?
No. Same
Nothing at
fucking
all.
guy.
No
Same
con-
fucking guy.
Nothing different.
Same fucking dude.
That's weird, dude, because you're the same dude too.
Yeah, you don't change. I think you just get more comfortable.
I think you changed, dude. You
what do you
changed.
think I was gonna do? Grow in height?
What do you think?
Well,
Comfortable
you
or
ain't definitely
confident?
growing in the height.
Is it
What's that?
comfortable or confident though?
Uh, I mean, as you get older, you're gonna change.
Right.
Like when I was 21, none of you guys would have liked me.
You wouldn't like me either.
Well, no, it was just I was just
I would be out drinking if
I was allowed I was like how I am now, but I was a loudmouth. And I didn't have a filter. For example, if there was I don't know, let's say you told me something in confidence that you didn't really want people to know, I'd make fun of you about that, in front of everybody.
In front of everybody.
Yeah, and
So-
I wouldn't realize that I'm being a dick. I just think I'm being funny.
So the tone and the tone of what you were saying was different than it is
Yeah,
now.
and I was more of a dick when I was younger too. I used to train at this gym called Revolution, and somebody like yourself would come in, and I'll tell you this story. This guy deserved it though. He came. I used to have a really really big ego. I didn't like to lose at all, and this guy came in, and I know his name and everything too, but I'm not gonna say it in case he watches. But
Yeah, you don't need to get beat up on him.
nah, that he got a rude awakening that day. He we were doing wrestling, and he tried to tell me what to do, and I've been wrestling for a very very long time, and I was like, oh. I was like, all right, buddy, just wait till we go live then. I've ragdolled this dude so bad, dude. Like, I don't do that no more. Like, what I'm trying to say. Like, if Sal were to do that to me back then, like, Sal's going through a fucking wall. I'm being dead serious. Like, he really would have been.
Doesn't take much to throw me into a wall.
I really would have tried to hurt him. I used to be a jerk. And I think, like, what I learned over time was that, I've had people do it to me too, like, beat me up and whatnot. But I think what I learned is just like, who cares kind of thing, like, who cares? Like, they're gonna learn one way or the other anyway. Like, I can beat them up without hurting them. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I get that, dude. Now, what else do you want to say out, dude? Come on, podcast host. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, we want to know how big your schlong is.
Which we don't want an answer in words, though. He just wants to.
He just wants to see it.
He just
Yeah.
wants-
He'll find
Pull your
out
cock
tomorrow
out,
night.
Sal. Let's see it.
You'll find out tomorrow night. You'll find out tomorrow night. I'll wear the
No,
thong
just
for
pull
you.
your cock out now. Why do we have
I'll
to
wear the
wait now?
thong for you. You'll find out tomorrow night.
Your cock is a lot like your house. It's small, dirty, and messy.
My house isn't even small. You never get big here.
Well, I'm just assuming because you're afraid
Well,
to show
stop
it.
assuming.
I'm just assuming because you're afraid to show it.
I bet you walk in the front door. I bet you there's a living room, and you can go upstairs right behind the living room. You walk through the living room.
That's every fucking house in Philly.
Every part with us.
This is what I think it is. I think when you walk in, I think there's a lot of fucking trash everywhere.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here's my fucking house.
Why were you so afraid to show it? It's a fucking average house. There's no lights on. You guys are fucking vampires.
Yeah, we got one light on because we don't need all the lights on. Electricity's crazy nowadays, Oh, you want to see my cat too?
Nah, I don't like cats.
Oh, pretty cool.
It looks just like my grandma's house on Leicester Road.
Yeah, that looked like a grandma's house to me.
Oh, this was my house before she died.
Where's your Xbox at?
My Xbox?
Yeah. We know you have one, Sal. Calm down. We know you have one.
The 360? I got a 360, not a new one.
Why do you have such an old console? Do you still play it every day?
Not every day, no, but
This guy really does have Xbox 360. He's fucking playing Pac-Man on that.
there's my PS4. I got an N64. I got a Genesis. I'm collecting game content.
Do you have WWF No Mercy?
I think so, yeah.
See, I would come over and play.
I got W.
Now that I know your house isn't messy, and I've been screen recording for a while. Sorry. I screen recorded 8 minutes and 36 seconds because I was gonna send it to the Daukaus brothers and me making fun of you. They would have thought that was hilarious. But I screen recorded
get
too
live
long.
shows of it, so it doesn't matter.
But I recorded too long.
I got W.
He's got to cut it, dude.
I don't know how to do any of that.
You don't know how to do that.
Nah.
All right.
Yeah, I
Pretty
should tell
simple.
you about this. I haven't been able to talk to you. So I went on this game show the other day, right? I didn't tell Sal this either. I go on this game show the other day, right? And I'm gonna be honest, the game is designed for you to win. So meaning just for the first round. So if you win the first round, you win $100. If you win the second round, you win $300. If you win the fourth round, I don't know. I might be fucking this up.
So you didn't win the fourth round?
No. I won $900.
Oh, cool. That's what's up.
But I missed on the jackpot, which was 900 plus 2,300. So whatever that is. But I made a connection with someone there, and it's called Crooked Tea Company. And the guy that I didn't meet the owner, I met the chief marketing officer. Get this off of Sal. I don't want to look at him. He's fucking ugly.
It's on whoever is.
There we go.
talking.
All right, there you go. You talk.
It switches.
I can't fucking look at that garden gnome too long. You know what I mean?
It switches.
Dude, you look like you belong in a front.
I can't look at that big red dot. It says you are here in your fucking head. It's still there.
What's this one?
Yeah.
So you know,
One
you know what's
month.
fun? You know what's
One
funny
month and
about
it's
that?
getting cut.
Press it again. Fucking nuclear warfare.
Yeah, but
breaks
1
it.
month is getting cut off. So what are you gonna say in 1
Yeah,
month?
you know what's funny about that, Dot, dude?
Why did it take so long to cut it off?
I
gotta get surgery.
I was showing Liam, my son,
Yeah.
your fight when you walked out, and the first thing my son says is, "What is that thing on his head?"
Everybody said it. I
The
had
people
two
from
of them.
India could see it.
I had two of them, dude.
The best part is, dude, is you have that receding ace hairline, and you're like, "Is it covered up?"
You can't cover it, dude.
Yeah, you ain't
Yeah.
covering that. Dude. You don't have enough
Can't
hair.
cover it, dude. Can't
But
cover it.
go ahead. You're good, dude. You're good. Dude.
So so the chief marketing officer went to my fight, and goddamn, we're looking at this guy again, dude. I can't tell this story unless he's off the fucking screen, dude. I can't tell the. There we go. All right,
Look at you. You have that
dude.
big
I
butt.
can't listen, Sal. You look like you belong on a front lawn somewhere.
You look
all
like
right?
you look like you should be working at 7-Eleven with that big fucking thing on your head.
Now that's racist. We don't tolerate that on the most hated podcast. Now that's racism. We don't tolerate that, dude.
Pretty racist when you're calling me a garden gnome.
That's not racist. That's what you are.
I'm offended.
Well, I mean, that's up to you to be offended or not.
Offended.
All right, put Bill back on. Bill, where you at?
It switches randomly. You
Well, just shut the
jackass.
fuck up. I don't care. I took over your podcast. This is mine now. All right. Nobody wants to hear about you cleaning your house 13 times a day. So,
About that, you're the one that brought it up.
well, I mean, I can only imagine what you guys were talking about before this. Probably like Slurpees from 7-Eleven. Yeah, on Tuesday I got a Slurpee and it gave me brain freeze. Bill was probably like, man, I regret having this guy fucking on this podcast. Oh my god, we're talking about Slurpees, Halo, and fucking staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, once before your fagly ass came onto the show.
Hey, look, see, now you're homophobic. This is why you can't be on podcast. You are already canceled before you even started, my friend. Your career is gone.
I've been canceled when I was born.
No, you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. Your career canceled. Gone. See ya. Pro wrestling, WWE, gone. Goodbye. See ya.
Pro wrestling with
UFC, not gonna sign you. Goodbye. See ya. Just because you said one word. Anyway, back to reality. So this chief marketing officer, right, starts talking to me, and thank God it's on Bill. So, anyway, hold on.
And I gotta stare at your ass the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, thank God, right? It could be worse. You could be staring at yourself.
I stare at myself every day.
God damn it, it's back on you, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
listen.
enjoy it.
So I'm talking to the chief marketing officer.
Next time it's gonna be my
and he goes, I was at your fight. And he said, I was at your fight. God damn, sorry. I just got to cover Sal. So he was like, I was at your fight, right? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I'd be interested in sponsoring you. Dude, so Bill, listen to this. I made the ultimate sale. Going to pay me for appearances. He's going to pay me for Instagram posts. And they're going to pay me monthly. I don't want to say on air how much, but it's actually it paid my mortgage. Let's just say that.
Really?
A month.
Really? What's the company?
Crooked Tea. It's a alcoholic beverage.
Oh, you're going to sponsor some alcoholic beverages.
So listen to this. He used to own the company Buy, which was a drink that you could buy currently in Wawa or 7-Eleven. And I Wikipedia the guy. He sold it for $1.6 billion to Dr. Pepper. And Brandon Graham is one of their biggest sponsors. Sponsor athletes.
Well, this is what you got to do next. You got to send them this podcast and be like, yo, reach out to Bill McDowell. Look at who he's got. Sal on. Like, this is a good podcast to promote your alcohol beverage. He's an alcoholic too. So
yeah, Sal's definitely an alcoholic. Sal is definitely. Dude, they gave me like 18 cases of Crooked Tea. And here's the thing, right? I know you're sober and you can't drink. If I gave that to you, I guarantee you wouldn't tell there's alcohol in it.
I wouldn't taste it though. I wouldn't.
No, but I'm saying like if I was like, yeah, bro, here's a nice tea on me, have one. I'm telling you wouldn't know.
No, I believe it. I feel like that's how most of. So, dude, this is how long it's been since I drank. Nothing that anybody drinks right now was around. Like none of the. What are they? Obviously. The White Claws and stuff.
You were drinking Steel Reserve.
Well, no, I wasn't drinking Steel Reserve, but I was drinking like regular beer, dude. Natural. I was drinking like Natty Ice in high school.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. But like Miller Lite, Bud Light.
I haven't heard of Natty Ice in a while.
Yeah, dude. That was my life back then.
Man,
yeah.
But that's awesome.
And now Sal gets drunk with Chase.
He's the one who gets drunk. I'm fine. I can handle my shit.
No, you guys get drunk.
He's the one who gets drunk.
No, you guys get drunk. Yeah, because he has an addictive personality.
He's the one who gets absolutely blasted.
He has an addictive personality. He's a lot like me.
I
He can't just have one drink.
can handle my alcohol just fine.
No, you can't.
I can't.
I can handle.
Well, yeah. Well, you're
I can drink
you're
a
a
whole bottle of
degenerate
whiskey
piece of
and
shit.
be fine.
That's
You're a
right,
degenerate
baby.
piece of shit.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, you're a degenerate piece of shit.
That's right, baby.
Yeah,
That's right.
You belong in Alcohol Anonymous, dude.
Yeah, I went there for a while.
Why'd you stop? That's not part of the program.
Honestly, dude, I'll tell you why I stopped. I told this to CJ too.
All right.
I was in there for about I did it for like 2, maybe 3 years, somewhere in the third years where I stopped going. Because I go there every day and I got to keep, and one, you just got to keep saying you're an alcoholic, which I'm not. I don't drink anymore. So like,
I already know where you're going with this.
but nobody in there grows and in life.
I was about to say to you, you probably feel like you got to constantly relive it, and you feel like I'm not done, and you feel like that. You feel like that it's hard to get over it when you got to talk about it all the time, and you feel like when you're in there, you kind of don't graduate over it. You're just in there.
Well, that part, not the other part. It definitely helped me get through it because I needed that outlet. It was great up until the point.
Don't they do a
where-
lot of like verses from the Bible and shit?
No, not really. No, they don't have they disconnected the religion aspect and they just have a higher power. So they needed more members, dude. So they got rid of the religion point so that any religion can go in there. Now it's just a higher power.
So that was a thing at one point, though.
It definitely was. Yeah. I mean, I would assume so. But for me, I felt like everybody in there, every time I go there for 3 years, everybody that was there for the same amount of time as me or for longer than me was in the same exact spot they were when I first started in
Right.
life. I didn't get sober to be sober. Like I got sober to have a better life. So
Right.
if all I'm going to do is do the same life, the same thing over and over and over and over again, and
Right.
not have no progression, then why am I going to continue to come here? You know? So I told CJ that, and it made me think about going back because like just from an aspect of like I would have wanted a person like me to have been in there to show that life isn't just about being like getting sober is not just about getting sober. It's about being able to get sober and then actually live life.
Right.
So that was my issue with AA personally. There was just nobody like that in there. There was just people stagnant, not really going anywhere.
Huh.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, I never got to that point that I needed that, but I mean, there was like a period where I was drinking like every day or every other day to get drunk, but I felt like I always feel like I can quit doing that whenever I need to. You know what I mean? I always feel like I have that willpower that I can stop.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Well, Mr. Dumbest, the most hated man on the dumbest guy. You got anything else for sale, dude?
How long have you been with your girlfriend?
Will be 2 years in May.
How the hell is she satisfied with that little pecker?
You want to ask her yourself?
Yes.
You can ask her yourself.
Where's she at?
He's over here. Here.
What's her name again?
Soph.
What is it?
Soph.
Soph?
Yeah.
Soph!
Hand up.
Yeah, she's taller than me, like everybody else in the country.
Soph!
Hi.
She can hear you.
How are you satisfied with his little pecker?
Very satisfied. He's a grower, not a shower.
Does he have good motion in the ocean?
She called me
Very
daddy
good
too.
motion of the ocean. I get.
I don't believe you. I feel like
What do you
he
want me
has
to
to
record the next time we do it?
I feel like he has to use sex toys in order for you to be satisfied.
There ain't no sex toys in this house.
None of
Yeah,
that.
there are, dude.
no
Yeah,
sex
there are.
toys.
Right upstairs, there are.
No,
Right
I
upstairs,
can show
right
you
next to
upstairs.
Daddy's room.
I can
Right
show
next
you
to Daddy's room it is,
Daddy's room
dude.
is locked. Ain't nobody goes in Daddy's room
Why is his room locked, dude? That's kind of abusive.
because he likes his room locked. He doesn't
Yeah, but
want.
that's kind of abusive, dude. Why are you locking your dad in his fucking room?
He's not in his room.
I need to call this home care aid thing. I need you to fucking
He's not.
evaluate.
He's
it.
not in his room. He keeps it locked because his
I
personal.
believe you're doing illegal fucking clock-ins. I believe you're fucking abusing your fucking dad. Who else lives there besides you and Soph and him?
Just our cat.
Yeah, animal control too as well. We need to get that cat put down. That cat's out of order, dude. It's out of line, dude. That cat. No cat should be alive longer than at least 6 weeks.
She's well behaved. She's a well behaved kitty.
So what were you guys talking about before I joined in here?
My life.
His life, dude, that's what this
You know,
podcast is
you
about.
know, you know. I've told you before already.
You shouldn't talk about that stuff on air, though, bro.
You're gonna,
You know.
dude.
You know my life.
I know, but you shouldn't talk about that stuff on air
Why not?
because it puts you in a position to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk about it without talking about it, meaning like, hey, like I've been through some things. That just means like my dad could have hit me, like I got in a
Right.
bad car accident and I haven't been the same. Like, but when you come out and say those things, that puts you in a position because the internet is not nice.
No, it's not.
And the internet is very, 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 very unforgiving.
No, 100%. Now, the only part that I agree and disagree with you from an aspect of it depends on who you are and what you're sharing because I've shared things. I get very vulnerable on here at times, and I think that when you say I've been through things, it's never going to connect with anybody. Like it'll connect because somebody's been through things, but watching somebody else something, let's say you're going through something, you've went through something, you pushed through that thing. For example, if I just throw a big picture of the 400-pound Lex Ludlow up there, and we talk
330
about
pounds. 330
whatever,
pounds.
same thing. Like I use that for my training for work, dude, because that to me is
Lex the
inspiring.
Hitler.
But it's an inspiring story. Like if you don't share the actual thing that you went through, then it's not going to connect on a level for somebody to be able to relate and be like, oh, I can get through this too if he did.
But there's also a thing called trauma dumping.
100%. 100%.
Right.
No, I'm
Right.
with you.
So, like, for example, like when you post this online and your title is going to be talking to the garden gnome, fun conversation, and then all of a sudden they're like, turn it on and it gets super dark. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'll be honest, right? Like, I did an interview that got posted today that I didn't share and I didn't repost it and I never will. And I asked them not to upload it, but they kind of gave me a hard time about it. So I did a bunch of the Argos mushrooms in the back, and I did the party ones before I came up and saw you guys, Bill. And when they were kicking in, I just got done the fight, and I felt very emotional because I thought everybody was booing me. And I didn't get to watch the fight because I don't remember the fight in my head, even when it's just done, because it's so much adrenaline and it's so like I'm so like hyper focused and tunnel vision that I don't remember anything in it, even when it's done.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. So all I remember is the booze though, and like in that moment. So I'm doing this interview, and I keep saying to this guy, "You can tell me if I did bad. You can tell me if I did bad." And he was like, I can think, he's like, I think you can work here on this, on this. And then all of a sudden I started talking about my grandfather.
Ooh.
And then because I'm starting to feel the mushrooms kick in, I'm starting to feel under the influence. And I don't cry, but I start to cry.
Yeah.
And I hold it back. And then I start to punch the table a little bit. And then I start getting mad. And I don't want people to see that of me because I'm known to run my mouth a lot. Right. So the
So
guy that
they're going to use that against you for it. That's what you're saying.
yes.
Now, for me, I love seeing that stuff. 'Cause
Right. But that's
I love to
you.
see the human. Right, but that's what I'm trying to say.
But
So
that's
I think it
you.
depends on, but it also depends on. So that's all I'm saying is I agree and disagree from a standpoint of it depends on what your intention is of sharing whatever it is that your story or what you're posting, just from the aspect of what you're trying to do with it. Like for you, you're Lex fucking Ludlow, the most hated man, and you're talking shit to people, and they're gonna be talking shit back. So for you, it's understandable. For me, that's not me, dude. That's not who I am.
I
You
do get
know,
the relatability thing because I've been being myself a lot more besides the most hated man in combat sports, and I feel like I'm getting a lot more follows and a lot more attention
being
from
yourself.
being myself and being that at the same time.
People want authenticity in today's world, man.
But no one wants to hear.
Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear that from again, you can't say nobody. Somebody will relate to it. Somebody. The masses, that's not going to draw millions of views or anything like that. So for me, man, that's just I'm out here hearing stories, sharing stories
Like
to try to help
look at
one
Joey
person.
Piper though. Look at Joey Piper,
Yeah,
right? He comes out and says his dad's horrible to him, blah blah blah. Everybody just calls him a crybaby now.
right.
He's got to be the most hated guy in Philadelphia. Like I say I am, but he's got to be the most hated guy. My whole thing is right. You got to be careful who you tell things to, and you got to if you feel comfortable, that's okay. Like I mean,
That's what I mean. It depends on you.
and if Sal's okay with a bunch of people knowing, potentially a lot of people knowing about because I might have a crazy following right now, and I might be hot right now. But it doesn't mean when this video gets posted, one person watches it and it's like, holy shit, look at this garden I'm talking about all this shit, and then fucking goes viral. And then next thing you know, Sal, you got a million people knowing all your deepest, darkest secrets.
I'm comfortable with it. I'm to the
And by
point.
the way, those millions of people, about 900,000 of them are going to be making fun of you.
On the club.
You got to be comfortable with that, though, bro. Like after my fight, people are saying,
I'll tell you this, brother. I think Sal, I don't I'm all for sharing vulnerable shit. Like that's just who I am. I know like I know Lex and I know when Lex is I know I can understand his tone when he's being serious. He's just giving you advice right now on whether or not.
Yeah.
So
I'm taking it. I'm taking
he's
it.
being
To
real. You know what I mean? So
I'm taking it.
like I joked with you about the racist thing and the homophobe thing, but that's me being serious.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to be in the WWE or something like that, right? All they got to do, and guess what? It takes one person to watch this, and then send an email out to somebody in WWE, and you'll
Mhm.
never ever work there, ever, 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 ever in your life, just because you said that word. Now, is that going to happen? No one's probably ever going to watch, is ever going to watch that and do that to you. But like, you got to watch what you say on the internet. You got to be careful about every little thing you do.
when I started my podcast, it was during COVID, and just about every one of my episodes, I got flagged because of things that were said on there. So like it doesn't even take one person anymore. It's a if your name's out there, it's all algorithm
Like
based
he'll
where
edit that out.
they
Like
pick it up.
he'll edit you being a homophobe because you are.
No, yeah, whatever you like, and that's the thing with the podcast. Whatever you don't want, if after this, but like whatever, like whatever, like I said, I'm all for it, dude. I think it's great. I think being vulnerable is going to help. At least it helps one person. So it's to me, it's worth it. To Lex, it's not because of where his journey and where he's going. To me, I find it to be inspiring personally when people share that stuff. So ultimately, it is up to you. And I'm not here to. I'm not. I don't do this for I got you moments or shit like that. So if you think about it and don't want anything that was said on, just let me know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
man.
should. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to be careful because it's just. I don't know. I know that you asked to be on here. I don't know if you asked to be on here to come talk about that stuff because you felt like you needed to talk about that stuff. But and I can understand that. I went to therapy, dude. I was in a mental hospital. And I was even in I guess it's called like an outpatient one where I got to go home and stuff. I was in that for like 4 or 5 months. And so I understand why people do it.
Yeah, and
Uh
this is my therapy, dude. I
yeah,
fucking
like
love
I'm
my
not
podcast.
like don't think I'm like coming at you or coming
No.
down on you. It's just
I don't know.
I'm just telling you to be careful because there's a lot of evil people out there that literally look for this kind of stuff. And
But also, dude, on the positive side, you're gonna have a nice clip of your girl say that you have a good pecker and you got a good stroke. So
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
I'm the
that's a good
future.
that's a
Here's the
positive
future
there
right
too.
there.
can we
That's
ask her how long you last?
I'm the future of the Forge,
Can
because
we?
of that.
Well, I don't know about that. Can we ask her how long you last?
I can tell you that I last longer than her.
Well, okay. Let's. I want to hear. I want to hear how long you last.
We don't time it.
Well, there's got to be like a something like, oh man, that was like you looked at the clock and you're like, oh, it's 9:20, and then you look back at the clock and it's like 9:50.
a long time, dude.
Yeah,
That would be a long time.
it's a long time. I
Well,
mean,
that's a lot of but there's but like there could be foreplay involved, but you know what I mean? Like, but like I'm thinking like how long? Like me, I'm just being dead honest. Longest 10 minutes straight. 10 minutes I can last.
I'd say about 15 at most.
I don't believe
Damn.
it because I think you got a lot of low testosterone. See, I
I
look at you and I see a lot of low testosterone in you, my
don't.
friend.
I'm telling
No,
you,
no, no. Trust me, you got low
I can
testosterone.
go
Okay.
15
No, no,
rounds.
no, no, no.
I
Trust
can
me,
go
You know
15.
you
where he
got
needs
low
to go?
testosterone.
I can go
Yo,
15. I
Lex.
can go 5 rounds. I can go 12
Lex,
rounds, 15 rounds. You name it, I got it.
15 rounds. What are you talking about? Sex? No,
Lex,
you can't. You can't even last 30 seconds.
Lex, why
It
haven't you sent him
lasts
here
a lot
yet,
longer than
dude?
30 seconds. It lasts a lot
Lex,
longer than 30
He
seconds.
Lex,
can't
why?
afford that, dude. He makes $7.25
Lex,
to
why
clean
haven't
his house.
you?
He makes $7.25 to clean his house. I'm gonna send him there for
I already
what?
have that hat.
What? Send him for what? What am I gonna send him there for?
He needs
What?
more
What
tea,
the?
dude.
What you
He
want
needs.
him to? You want him to mooch off me? Hey, Vinny, can you give me an IV bag? Not you, him. I mean,
I mean, I mooched off you somehow.
it's all
That
right. Well,
that
you were
all
my guest. You were my
yeah,
guest.
that played out well.
Yeah, you
That
were
was
my guest.
that was
And you
awesome
drove
though.
me. You drove me around for like 6 hours.
Yeah, it was a good experience though.
Tell Sal about your experience doing that.
The whole well, honestly, dude, I think I never really seen the back end of what a fighter goes through to get leading into the fight. And I think just watching, because I just kind of sat there and watched everything happen. And the the day before, dude, that whole day, what the craziest part to me, bro, is I woke up exhausted. And you had to fight that day. So I'm like,
Yeah.
how? And I didn't have to do anything except like I literally was driving around and watching. That's all
Now,
I
no one
did.
will believe me. No one will believe me that when I say this, like, if you sent this part to Chris, to Kyle, anybody, 2 weeks from the fight, I intentionally stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning every night to like prep for that. To
I,
like,
I I was gonna ask that, like, because of the timing of where the fight, like when fights happen is late at night, and typically training is during the day. When you're in camp, is there any benefit in your sleep cycle kind of shifting to where you're at your peak at 10, 11 o'clock at night or whatever time the average fight would be? Is there like a benefit to that, or do you do that?
well, it's that's a good question, but like like we spar at like 10:30 in the morning, so it kind of throws you off a little bit.
That's what I'm
When
saying. Your training
yeah,
is early, but your fight is at night. So like during camp, wouldn't it be beneficial to like try to mimic that because that's going to be where your body's
yeah,
the
but I gotta go
most.
off. I gotta go off the Forge's hours. So I don't know what I do, dude. Is I just stay up later.
I yeah, I don't know. It was just a thought I had when I was going through it because like the next
It's
day
not
I
a
was like,
bad.
dude, I'm so fucking tired right now,
It's not a bad thought.
and this dude's got a fight. Like fuck.
Yeah, it's not a bad thought.
It was insane to me. But
Sal, I want
watching
to
you
ask.
guys,
Good.
watching the emotional, like watching the difference in emotions from each one of the fighters in there, dude, was kind of crazy. Like from the morning to the night, because you could
Right.
see like that Pat
You
fought
were
Bear.
amazed by my opponent. You were amazed by
Oh,
him,
dude, I couldn't stop. Yeah, that
dude. He
was.
yo. He said. You know what he said today in the. He wrote in a weigh-in thing today. He goes in the weigh-in thing. He goes like in the comments. He's writing to this girl that followed like she's like a fan of mine, and she followed my Instagram. And her and him are going back and forth, and he starts writing to her, "I love you. I'm in love with you." To this random girl, right? So she writes, "Aren't you married?" And I write, "He is married." And then he tags me, and he goes, "Not anymore. She left me. She can't handle the fighter life." And I wanted to write so bad. I wanted to be like, "Is it because you're beating her?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it because you're beating this woman? But he kept trying to get this girl
The
to marry
fighter
him.
life, or she couldn't handle the fight anymore.
Yeah, exactly, dude. She couldn't handle that fight. Now,
But
Sal, I do have a question for you, but hold on. We're gonna take a short break, sponsored here by Coca-Cola Zero. Oh my god, dude, that was fucking ironic. Holy shit. All right, Sal, talk for a second. It needs to be on you.
All right.
All right, hold
You gotta ask me a question. I don't know what to
on.
talk.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Give me a second.
Fucking go.
All right. So if Kyle Daukaus were to come up to you and be like, Sal, I'm being dead. Like, this is a dead serious question. I want a dead serious fucking answer.
All right.
He comes up to you and he's like, Sal, my guy, he's about 5'2". I really need a sparring partner for this. Will you spar me? And if you continue to do a good job, I'll let you work my corner. He says this to you tomorrow. What are you saying?
I'm doing it.
You're doing it?
I'm doing it.
You're doing it in a heartbeat.
I'm not gonna back down. I'm gonna do it.
And you would be in the corner?
Yeah.
All right. So now what I want you to do is I want you to act like you're in the corner right now, like yell out some instruction. It's second round. It's second round. Kyle got taken down. It ain't looking good. He's getting beat up. Like, he just got elbowed. He's leaking. Go ahead.
That would never happen.
Well, let's hear it.
All right. He got taken down. He's getting beaten up.
Yes.
He's leaking.
He's leaking. He's bleeding.
All right. Because it all depends on like what's going on in the fight. Like you can't just.
I just told you what's going on. Fucking yell it, dude.
You can't just say he got taken down. He's getting beaten up. Like, is he being threatened with a submission? You know.
He's getting beat up, dude. He's like getting fucking beat up. He's getting punched in the face repeatedly. They're looking to stop it. Start yelling out instruction.
I would be telling him. I would be telling him. You gotta
no, act like you're in the fight. You're there. Like get up. Like, come on.
All right. Colin, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. You gotta move around. Show him something. Show him something. Show him something. Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I mean,
you wouldn't be in my corner, dude. I'd fucking fire you right on the spot.
What would you do? I want to hear what you would do.
Hold on, I gotta stop the screen record.
You're fucking.
I'm sending that right now.
Go ahead, send it.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
It's different if I actually saw the fight. I mean,
I'll tell you this, dude. But I remember one of the first times I met you was obviously at the Forge, but somebody asked a question about one of the banners, one of the fights, and they were like, "Oh, what was that one? That one?" And you fucking rattled off what happened in that fight, like to the minute, and I was like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck does he know that?
yeah, I can. I can pinpoint a lot of moments in fights. Like I can talk about a lot of fights from point A to point B.
Yeah, that's
It was
crazy.
the main event. It was the main event of UFC 101.
That I don't know. I don't remember. I wasn't watching like that much back like around then. I'm talking like I have no idea.
Some fan you are.
So, do you even remember?
BJ Penn versus Kenny Florian. The co-main event was Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin. And by the way, that was also the first UFC in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Forrest Griffin ran forward. Fucking Anderson Silva with his hands down. Just clocks him.
What was the main event of UFC 110?
Dude, who cares?
But you can tell me the main event of UFC 222.
I can tell you, like, from when I started watching. Now,
Cain Velasquez versus Nogueira, and I believe it was in Australia.
Yeah, this is gonna sound cliche.
Was UFC 110, by the way.
Would you let me fucking talk?
What was the main event of UFC 115?
When are you gonna fight Chris Camozzi?
It was Chuck Liddell versus Rich Franklin.
Congratulations.
What was the main event of UFC 117?
I
What was the main event of UFC 117?
wasn't watching.
Yo, Lex,
Yeah.
were those UFC years? Because like
That was
like
2010.
that was like 2008 ish with 100.
2010. 2010.
Well, 100
Wasn't
came
even
out.
allowed to watch it then.
UFC 100 was 2009.
2009. So that because I remember watching that when I was at a Wildwood house. I remember watching it.
That was
But
July
that
4th. July 4th, 2009, by the way.
There was that period of time from like UFC 90 to like one that was that like prime UFC like when it got popular.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
UFC now sucks.
Because that's kind of when I remembered.
UFC.
Like that's UFC when I was like hard
UFC
into it.
now. UFC now is the NFL. You got a bunch of players on the field. You don't know who they are. Back then is when the roster actually mattered. You had 25 guys. You had 20 to 30 to 50 guys of weight class. You knew every single guy in the weight class. You got excited every time any one of those guys got on the card. That's exactly what BKFC is starting to do, right? BKFC is starting to be like those prime years of UFC. And in my opinion, that's where the UFC is lacking because you got 1,000 guys on the roster. So that would probably have like 7 weight classes. That's about anywhere from 100 to 200 fucking fighters a weight class. Right? It's too much. You don't know anybody. Everybody's getting signed. They're getting fired. By the time you get used to a guy, they're gone. Or by the time you start to like a guy, he gets knocked out 3 fights in a row because the sport is so high level now. It's too much, dude. What they need to like simplify a lot of stuff. Too many. I don't think they have too many weight classes. I just think they have too many fighters. And I think it's too easy to get in the UFC. It's hard to stay in the UFC, but it's really easy to get in the UFC.
They're cutting the ranked heavyweights left and right.
Yeah, because they're making too much.
They just cut like Jonathan Almeida, and he was like top 5.
Probably getting paid too much.
No, it's because I think probably because they considered him boring.
That and probably because he was getting paid too much, dude. They want somebody like your retarded ass that'll go fight for fucking 10 grand. They don't want Almeida that wants probably $150,000 and $150,000 to go bore the entire crowd that night. They'd rather watch the Garden Gnome go out there and get knocked out for 10 grand.
I wouldn't get knocked out.
Okay.
I wouldn't get knocked out. We'll see.
Okay.
But
Okay.
give me time.
Okay.
Give me time.
No problem.
Give me time.
I'll give you all the time in the world.
Or I ain't gonna get knocked out.
All right. I'm gonna think of a next question for Sal. You think of you ask Sal a question now, Bill.
Dude, you have
I took over this podcast.
yeah, you took over, dude. So I don't
He's
I don't
mentally
even know.
drain you with his voice.
Well, I figured to myself. I said this guy's gonna get like fucking 6 viewers, and it's gonna be Sal's aunt, uncle, fucking Sophie, the cat, and his dad upstairs that locks himself in his room for some odd reason.
Don't lock him.
That's 5 more viewers.
Max,
Dude.
why don't you come over one day?
I don't know, dude. I might get locked in a room. I don't know.
You ain't gonna get locked in a room. You're not worth it.
Well, your dad sure is. Poor guy up there, dude. Just wants to go out and see the world, but son doesn't let him.
He's downstairs in his man cave right now.
What did your dad do to you to make you lock him in a fucking room, dude?
He didn't produce enough sperm to make me taller.
Yeah, well, we already knew that. That was you didn't have to say that. So that was Angela, by the way.
You asked the question. I answered.
I know, but that was Angela. That is not your real father. I don't care who that guy is. That's not your real dad. Angela is your real father.
You think Angela's my real father?
Yeah, dude, you guys look exactly alike, dude. Like you look like you're a North Wildwood baby, dude.
Yeah, that's depressing.
Yeah, you look like you were born in Crestwood.
Oh, that's depressing. This is the most depressing thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, kind of like this fucking podcast that I joined in there. Hey, my life. Hey, let me tell everybody in the room. Hey. People want to hear positivity, Sal. They don't want to hear about your fucking depressing life when the priest touched your asshole.
We would have gotten to the positivity point, but then you showed up and
I was invited to be here. This is the whole.
Then you showed up. We would have got to the positivity part. My God!
All right, let's get to that part. Let's get to that part. Let's get to that part then. Let's give him that chance to get to that.
Wasn't the fact that my pecker works positive?
No, that's depressing because that means there's gonna be more midgets like you running around.
No. Protection, baby. I always wear protection.
Well, no. I'm saying
you're wearing condoms, dude.
Yeah, that's
Of
very.
course.
That's why you're
yeah.
rocking 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's why you're rocking.
That's
That's
why
not
there's
only.
no other. That's why
Yeah,
there's
not
no other.
only is that
That's why
why
there's
he's
no other little
rocking
sows
15
running
minutes.
around. That's why
That's
there's
not.
no other little garden gnomes running around. You want more than
Well,
me?
you can
You
just
want
pull
more than
out
me
like
to
a real
show up?
man.
You want
You can
you
just
want
Dude.
pull
more
out.
than
You
me?
can just pull out like a real man. You ever hear of a pull out sofa? That's what you could do. You could just pull out, dude. Come on now.
My dad did. My dad pull out last week.
Lex is talking, dude. Lex is talking. I go to Lex's house. I get beat up by 8 fucking little Ludlows.
Well, that's
With the-
because, dude,
Yeah.
that
with one of
vagina,
them
You're
eating
the
my
Philip
leg.
Rivers of the fight game.
dude, that vagina was pretty addicting. I ain't gonna lie.
The fucking Philip Rivers of the fight game.
One of
I don't know
the
who that is.
Philip Rivers
Lex.
is a quarterback in the NFL. He's got like 8 children.
Yeah, he's the quarterback for the 49ers. Or no, the Chargers.
He's retired now. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Chargers.
Who?
He was the quarterback of the Chargers.
Yeah, I
He
only know that from playing Madden.
he just played for the Colts, dude.
Yeah, he just came back and played for the Colts for a few games and then retired.
Yeah, but he's very gay, I heard, because football's gay. All
Yeah,
right, I want to hear.
Lex's son ate my leg, dude.
Hold on, wait. I want to hear the positive shit that Sal was gonna. So before
That's
when
where
I-
we were getting. That's where we
all
were
right,
just
so
at.
let's pick up. Let's pick up where we left off.
All right, so we picked off. We left off with actually talking about your dumbass and how he deals with you, and then you popped in. So
Yeah, Lex, before you started talking shit, I was praising you. I was
I know.
thanking you. I was
I
thanking
know.
you.
I know. I was watching.
I'm sure you were.
No, I really wasn't.
And then
I
you
was doing
come
an
in.
interview.
We
I was doing an
were
interview
on
for
the
some
positive
magazine.
side.
Lex and CJ just have my code. They just randomly jump in. Did you see CJ jumping on Lex's too?
Yeah.
They just have the fucking link. But
so
that's
can we
where we
hear-
were at, dude. We were getting to the positive. We were getting to where Sal wants to be and where he's going and what you did for him, dude.
Yeah, so he wants
ask a
to.
question there. You ask the question and get a positive, dude. That's your job. It's the
Yeah,
host
you're the
job.
host now. You're the host now.
You gotta transition to
So
do
Take your
positive.
pains.
you had a lot of trauma happen to you, and then you met me, and I'm guessing I pushed you in some way to be better, even though it's not working out.
It's working pretty good, Lex. Working pretty
So
good.
what's the positive outcomes? Like you instead of going to a Chinese buffet, you eat Taco Bell. Like what's the positive outcomes here?
No, there's a lot of positive outcomes. Number one, I've lost weight. I mean, when I first walked in the gym, I was probably
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You have lost some weight.
I've lost weight. The positive is also I'm showing up consistently. My mental health has been 10 times better than it was, and it's because of guys like you, like Chris, like Kyle. Like, not only do we train together and all that, and yeah, sometimes you push my buttons and you make fun of me, but it works, and I need more of it. Like, you guys are generally good people. It's not even just you're fighters and you're teaching me. Like, that gym is spread with personalities that are needed. Like, if someone's having a tough time, they need to go to that gym and train because you can really help out a lot of people. Chris, Kyle, even Chase. Chase is a nutcase, but he can help out a lot of people with his personality. It's a very comfortable environment to be in. And when me and you do rounds together, Lex, and yes, you kick my ass, obviously, but I needed that. I needed my ass kicked, and I fucking thank you for that. I thank Kyle for choking me out. I thank Chris for one time we were rolling and he basically arrested me. I thank that. It's the best moment in my life. Like
That's pretty depressing, but keep going.
it's not depressing at all.
If that's the best moment in your life, that's horrible, dude.
Well, it's the best moment.
You got dominated by 3 other men. That means we all could have raped you whenever we wanted.
You could have, but you didn't.
So you didn't think of it like that.
You could have, but you
So
didn't.
maybe it wasn't the best moment of
You
your
also
life.
taught me a lot of things.
Well, yeah, not how to get raped.
Yeah, you taught me a shitload of stuff.
Yeah, how to not get raped.
Yeah, basically. Which will also
We'll be right
help
back.
me.
We'll be right back with this message while we take a Coke Zero break.
Coke Zero break.
Coke Zero, yeah.
I'm almost out, dude. This ain't good.
I'm out already.
So get more.
No, I'd have to go to Wawa.
Lazy.
I only drink 2 sodas a day.
You drink that too.
Even during my camp, like the night before the fight, I was drinking a fucking 2 sodas. You know,
Dude,
wine shop.
all of those things he just said about you, dude, you can't, you just don't have it in you. You can't,
He
you
wants
fucking
to.
hate it,
He's
dude.
trying so hard. He
He
wants to.
fucking, dude, his
He
heart right
wants
now
to.
feels so, he loves it, and
Yeah.
he can't say it, dude. He still has to make it a joke.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Dude, he just, dude,
I'll
I
do it.
can
You hear
see
me?
it.
Yeah, I heard you. I'll do it right
Well,
now.
here's the thing, right?
9
I
o'clock.
want to, with all that he said to me, I want to see, who is that, dude? Who you talking to?
My dad.
Dude, he's alive?
He's alive. I didn't lock him in the room.
I thought he was like in prison.
No, he's alive. He's just quiet. He keeps
Where's
to
he at?
himself.
Let's talk to him. Let's interview that guy.
You want to interview my dad?
Yeah.
You want to interview the reason why this garden gnome is walking around today?
Dude, he's got to be your height.
He's a little taller than me, I think.
I picture him being like Danny DeVito.
His gut is like out to here, though. His gut is
I
like out
picture
to
him
here.
looking like Danny DeVito, dude.
His gut, if I'm Charlie Day, he's Danny DeVito. It makes perfect sense.
You're not Charlie Day. You're not that funny. And
I
you're
get
not
called
that good.
Charlie Day all the time.
You're not that funny
I would
and you're
get
not
free
that good
drinks at the
looking.
bar.
Charlie Day's ugly, but he's way better looking than you, dude.
I would get free drinks at the bar. I had girls walking up to me.
From who? From who? Other garden gnomes?
I mean, most girls are garden gnomes. But what's your point? They're all
You,
my height.
you're not getting drinks from any girls, dude.
You want to go back in time? We'll get a fucking time machine.
I don't need to go back in time. I'll just tell you right now.
All right. Well, come out with us one day. Go.
Were you bullied a lot?
Yes.
Because of your height?
Yes.
Why else? Why else were you bullied?
Mostly because of my height.
And that affected you how?
Affected me a lot because I can't do nothing about it. I can't change my height.
So was like your life, would you say your life was horrible growing up because you got made fun of a lot because of your height?
I wouldn't say my life was horrible, but
Well, it obviously affected you in some way if you said that you were bullied.
yeah, it affected me. But I wouldn't say it made my life completely horrible. I mean, shit, it's more than.
Well, I mean, the best thing that ever happened in your life was getting choked out by Chris, getting arrested by Chris, getting choked out by Kyle, and me kicking your ass. Your life sounds pretty fucking depressing.
It wasn't the best thing. It wasn't the best thing that happened in my life, but I needed it.
So Lex, what has he got? What advice would you give him that? What do you need to see from that, dude?
You just need to see results. Like
The kid looks up to you, man. You got to give him something.
you need to see results. Like every time I look over, you're always getting beat up by the same guy or getting the same position worked. You need to work on your athletic prowess a little bit.
How's he do it?
I think some people are born with it, and some people aren't born with it. I think you're in that category that aren't. But I think how you can work on that, I think you need to go to the weight room, dude. I think you need to go to a gym. I think you need to lift weights. I think you need to work on your explosiveness. I think that you need to run on a treadmill and do sprints. I think that there. So I'm going to tell you what I told Chase when I met Chase, right? Say something so I can look at you when I'm talking to you.
All right. Tell me what you told Chase.
So when I met Chase, Chase wanted to be a UFC world champion. Chase didn't know how to throw a 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
I told him he wasn't going to be a UFC champion. You are so far behind, especially with your age right now,
Right.
of what your dreams you want to be. It's your dreams are like, I'm just real. I'm not a dick.
No,
I'm a very realistic guy. Like, I'm not saying this to hurt you. I'm not saying this to make you feel any type of way. But your dreams right now are so unrealistic
mm-hmm.
because you're not doing anything about it.
Right.
Just because you come to the forge and learn how to throw a kick doesn't mean you're one step closer to that. You are one step closer, but like there is a billion steps in front of you that you need to do. And I feel like you're not, I feel like losing the weight, that's a good step. I feel like being there as much as you can be, that's a good step. I feel like there's a lot that you do that's good.
Let me jump in real quick here, Lex, because I think what Lex, if to simplify it, because I think the hardest thing in life, dude, is to make those changes anyway, right? Like to make a change to your daily habit is the hardest thing that you have to do. Just one thing. The fact that you've gotten to the forge and you're doing those things, it's like saying that's great.
Yeah.
I think where he's saying, I'm not there all the time, so I don't know anything, but I'll trust Lex's opinion. But I think what he's saying is, what are you doing outside of the forge to also help with what your dream is? So the things in the forge are great, but like, what about the weight room? What about getting stronger? Like if what you're seeing when you're rolling and sparring with people is you're getting out strength, like it's all strength. Because I mean, that's the only thing I got when I roll is my strength. That's the only thing that keeps me from being able to survive a little bit. So I think maybe he's asking, what are you doing outside of there when no one's watching you? What are you doing to get better? And I think that, would you agree there? Like it's
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
outside of the gym when no one's watching you. What the hell is it that you're doing?
Like Sal, like everybody talked about my fight, how I did that beginning spurt, and
Mm-hmm.
then I didn't get tired. That
Right.
wasn't because of this, just the stuff that I was doing at the gym at Forge. Like I was running every day 2 miles,
Cardio.
and I'm not jogging 2 miles. I would do a sprint jog, meaning like I would sprint for 2 minutes straight, and then I would jog for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then I'd sprint again for like another 2, 3 minutes. And like to the point where I wanted, like, not where I wanted to cry, but where I'm like, oh dude, this is not fun.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you have to go do that hard of a workout,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm saying like
Start smaller, but
Yeah.
just do it. Just
like
go
if
and do
you're like if
something.
you're
Do
a
something of
120,
that aspect.
if you're a 125er, if you, like, let's say you fought at 125, right? Those guys, bro, are so fucking fast, and they're so athletic, and they're so, for their size too, dude, they're strong.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the weight room, dude. They're working. Professional fighters, bro, are in the weight room. They're working. They're running. They're eating clean. Well, when they're in camp, they're eating clean. They're it's a job. It's an obsession. And in order to be good at that, you really do. You have to obsess over it. Like, bro, when I wake up, I think about my opponent. I think about the tickets. I think about the. I shouldn't have to think about that stuff. I think about trying to get a sponsor. I think about I think about the guy more than anything all day long. But in the back of my mind, it's all about that other stuff. Like that I gotta do and whatnot. I gotta do my medicals. I gotta do this. Oh shit, I gotta go for a run now. Oh god, I'm too tired to go for a run. Well, you gotta go for one anyway. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like even when
But
you're
that
tired,
run,
though,
dude, and that run though, my like when I'm working out hard, dude, and it's by myself, that's a time where like afterwards the anxiety does come down. Especially
yeah,
when I don't want to do something. Once you do it, any anxiety that you have about anything, dude, it alleviates that. If anything, I learned through you guys, man, like your guys, a fighter's mentality is something that everybody should aspire to achieve, man. Because I think the one thing that you told me, I asked you this too. I was, what is your mindset days before and right before? And you told me your mindset walking in is, man, I've come to grips with that. I might die,
yes,
and I'm okay with that. And like that means you're present. Like that means you're present, you're there, and you're okay with whatever the outcome is, and you're not worried about it anymore. Life is like that. Like life is
that's just
literally
my
like that.
perception though. Like if you ask Kyle, his perception could be completely different.
No, I get that. I get that. But I'm saying from the standpoint of, and that's for but every fighter gets to a point, and this is let's say outside of fighting. Outside of fighting, every time I'm out knocking doors and I'm selling insurance, there's so many times where I get up to a house and I'm like, dude, no one answered. Everyone say no. I don't need to go do that. Resistance starts setting in my mind, but I have to go and do it if I want to
If you want to
achieve
put
it.
food on the table, if you
I
want to put
need
food on
to
the table.
I need to go do it. A fighter, I mean, if you when you told me, I think it was you so many people and amateurs like drop out of fights before they come up, and they always have an excuse. It's from
Yeah,
listening to that resistance, but that's why it's so hard to make it because the people that make it don't drop out of fights. They're fighting that resistance because they can't. I guarantee how everyone of you, no matter how tough we see everybody, all you that how good it is, in your mind, you're still human. So it's like there has to be that resistance at some time that you have to say, no, I'm still doing it. You know what I mean? And I think that to achieve that level and to go out there and actually fight is like one of the hardest resistances to push through. So
Like,
like Sal,
I'll
if
be
you go to
honest,
the
like,
gym, that resistance is probably there. Like I don't feel like going to the gym. And the gym is hard too because there's other people there. So you gotta worry about what other people think. I've never been to the gym. I don't know how to lift. Just do it, dude. Like that's you just have to do it. It's that simple.
Sal, it's one thing to talk about your dreams and what you want to do. There's another thing to go and actually do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is doesn't not like everything that happened to me. Like, I didn't have a great MMA record, right? But like, bare knuckle kind of fell into my lap. But like everything at this point now, like I've earned it through hard work. It's not like I got that bare knuckle opportunity and I was like, all right, like I'm just gonna go to the gym and spar, and then after my fight, I'll take 3 weeks off, and then I'll start training. Stop, and then I'll start training again. And guess what? That's a lot of fighters did too. A lot of fighters will cherry. A lot of fighters will be in a camp for 6 weeks, fight, and not show up until they have a fight booked again. And that drives me nuts because I think that's just wasted potential, and I don't understand how.
Right.
There's some fighters, dude. There's probably a lot of UFC fighters that do that, but like that's probably why they're not world champion.
Yeah, I think Brady said it on my podcast, dude. He said, there's who you think you are, and
Well,
you
he's
know
one
who.
of those guys. He only shows up. He only does like he
No,
only
I believe that, but I'm saying
yeah
but he still showed up. Like there's who you think you are and who you are, and action decides which one you are. So
right.
what you're trying, like, it takes work. You got to go and do it. Everybody's going to do it at a different pace. I mean, I don't, again, I don't know how you guys all train. I'm not with you all the time, but what I do know is that that is the truth. Action is what decides who you actually are. Your brain can tell you whatever the hell you want, but if the action does not align, it's not really it's not true,
I
you
told
know?
Bill this, Sal. Like when if you actually do commit and do a fight, it'll change your life for the better. Rather, doesn't matter what the outcome's going to be. Your life will be better after that fight.
Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm going to take a fight. I'm
Um,
100% doing it.
because it's going to change your outlook on life. It's going to humble you, and I believe. See, like if Sal wins, Sal would get cocky because that's his fucking attitude he has. But if you go in there grounded and you go in there without an ego and you just fight and try your best, I believe. And if you get beat up a little bit in that fight, you'll come out a completely different person. Like you'll be like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?" And you get hooked, dude. That's exactly what. Because I literally the reason it took me a minute to get in here was because I was doing a interview with a newspaper, I don't some Philadelphia newspaper, and they asked me how I got into it, and I always wanted to be a pro wrestler, and then I was talked into doing an MMA fight, and I did one MMA fight, and I got dropped 5 times in one round. I didn't land a punch, I didn't land a takedown, I did nothing, and I just said, "Wow, what the hell was that?" And I was like, I want to, like, I didn't want to do it again, but then I got talked into it. Like, because when I first got to the back, I was like, I'm not very good at this. I probably shouldn't be doing this. And they were like, oh no, do another one, do another one. And I was like, that was a lot of fun. And I was like, even though I got my ass kicked, I said that was a lot of fun. Like I fucking love that. And I was like, all right, I'll do another one. And I made a lot of changes though, like for that next camp that I did. I hired a boxing coach. Bro, I was 19 years old paying a guy $500 a month on my own. I didn't. My parents never paid for anything. I never. I never asked for anything. I never got not even $20. I probably have gotten $20. What do you need, a charger? Go take a charger from up there. I probably gotten $20 from my mom and my dad, like borrowed in the last like 10, 15 years. Like I've never asked them ever for money, even at my worst times in life. I always figured it out. But I was 19 years old working a part-time job, paying this guy $500 a month because I was private lessons. I wasn't joining a gym just for boxing lessons.
So let me ask how this now that he says that, man. What do you take from what Lex said?
I gotta get my shit together. I gotta go out and actually commit. I can't just.
By the way, let's just say that again. 19 years old, not 25, not 26, not 27, not 28, not 29, not 20, not 30, not 31, not 32. I was 19 years old, working 3 to 5 hours a day, making 80 to $100 a week. Add that math up. Does that sound like I had that money to do that?
Yeah, dude, that's good money.
Yeah, does it sound like I had the money to pay somebody 500 and I would have to pay him. I would have to pay him short sometimes, bro.
I would like to. I want to. I'll ask something here before you get into that again, Sal. But the problem with money is not always money can provide you with the things that you actually value. So you saying, dude, I have the money for that. It's like, well, what you actually valued was what you were getting with the money, not the money.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you can change the mindset around money to know that money is there to allow you to do the things you love, it can change your aspect on uh, it'll if you can align your money with your values and what you love, it'll change your financial situation altogether because you won't value the dollar, you're going to value what the dollar does for you, you know?
Here's another thing that
It's
I
an
forgot to add.
exchange of value is what it is.
Here's
Money.
another thing I forgot to add. Are you ready?
We're always ready.
You got your paper and pen? You got just in case you need to write this down?
Got it.
All right. Wow, you really do. Because you might need to write this down. I was 19 years old and I didn't have a driver's license. So I had to depend on people to drive me to these gyms. So the gym where the guy I was paying $500 a month to, by the way, was in Trevose. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Trevose, Southampton area.
Over there.
And I lived in Horsham. My parents didn't drive me there. I would have to ask friends of mine to give me. Holy shit! Look at that thing.
Holy shit.
I would have to drive. I would have to get friends of mine to get me to drive to these places. So yes, Sal, you need to get your fucking shit together.
But what does that mean, Sal? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does get your you said I need to get my shit together. So be specific with that shit. Say I don't you don't need to say it now, but you need to know what it is that you need to do. And you decide you're gonna do it, and then you do it. That's how it works. You have to decide you're gonna do it, and then you have to do it. Because resistance will set in. You will have the thoughts of, I don't feel like it, this isn't worth it, it's not whatever. Those thoughts are going to come, but you have to make the decision that you're not going to listen to that first. Once you decide that, that's when action comes in, and then the outcome just it'll happen. But you have to continue to decide that you're going to do something and do it. So when you say get the shit together, that doesn't you don't want to say it like that because it doesn't say anything specific. You know, that's still like
he's trying to say, what are you gonna do, dude?
You don't have to tell me now. I'm letting you know. That's what you got to do. You have to be specific with what you're going to do and then do it.
What are you gonna do, Sal? I want to know right now.
I'm gonna get up, it's my ass, come next paycheck, I'm gonna go get a membership at the gym, start lifting. I'm gonna
It
go.
can just even be Planet Fitness, dude. It doesn't need to be crazy.
Yeah, no, there's also the Y that's close to me as well.
Well, Planet Fitness is like $10 a month, dude. The Y is probably gonna be like 30.
All right.
The Y is like 100, dude.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot, Sal.
Well, my insurance was covering.
My God, dude, this guy gets freebies all over the place.
I used to go to the Y like all the time.
Oh my God, dude.
But
Dude, why don't hate on the gym that he's gonna go to? You can pick a gym.
It's just I hate the free shit. Like I hate that. I had to work for everything in my life. No one ever gave me handouts, and so that shit just annoys me.
Didn't we just get a free IV?
Yeah, that's fucking fine. I start getting fucking handouts. Fucking took long enough in life,
I'm just saying, dude. We just, I'm just saying, dude.
dude. I used to have to fucking struggle fucking getting to the gym, bro.
Well, he doesn't, so let him live, dude.
Fuck him.
No, you don't want people to struggle. That's the point, man. Give your that suffering, dude. Give it to someone else so they don't have to.
My point with all this, Sal, is that like
Say, I love you, and I'm trying to. I know
if
what you
you
want.
want this dream to happen, you hanging out with Chase at a bar until 2 o'clock in the morning doesn't prove to me that this dream is going to happen. If you want this dream to happen, you sitting around claiming that you clean your house 13 times a day when you could be at the Planet Fitness doing some curls and doing some bench pressing and doing a little bit of squatting, a little bit of deadlifting. I personally don't do legs. I hate legs, but that's all depends what you're into. A little bit of running on the treadmill, some sprints, some rows, whatever you got to do, right?
The
When you're
diet,
diet, well, he's been doing all right with the diet. He's losing weight,
yeah.
but my point is, if you want these dreams to actually come true, and I know that you've had some messed up things happen to you in life, right? But like people like me, I use that and I hone it. So you need to start. I'm not saying you sit around and feel bad for yourself, but it kind of seems like you're just like hoping this like happens. Like it like at least to me it does because yeah, you're going to the forge. The forge is good. You're getting a
That's a
workout in.
start.
It's a
Yeah.
start. But the rest seems like you're just waiting for it to happen.
and that's just not going to cut it.
No,
There's a
it's
lot
not.
more to do.
No, there's a lot. You got a long list of things to do.
And I'll tell you this, Sal, from this conversation, brother, I think that the best decision you ever made was going to the Forge because you don't have this conversation had you not go to the Forge.
Right.
The Forge is filled with dudes that are going to tell you the truth like this.
And that's
You
what I
know,
was. That's what I was saying earlier. They're
it's hard
straightforward.
to find. It's hard to find dudes like that that are real because they care more about. There's bullies out there, dude, that are just assholes, but they're also feel like shit about themselves. So that's why they put it on you. Then you got dudes. Then you got people that are just going to tell you what you want to hear to make you feel good right now. And then you got dudes like Lex that are, a little bit of everything. He can joke with you, he can have fun with you, you can say what you want about him, but at the end of the day, he sees that you want that, and he's gonna tell you if you want that. Here's what I see. This is what you gotta do. You don't get that from many people, man. Like I don't go to the forge. I know nothing about what either of you is really actually do. You both train together all the time, so he knows you better than anybody probably. So if that's what you want, man, I'd listen to him. I mean, that was the most
This is
honest
the
shit
last
I've
thing
ever
I'll
heard.
say. This is the last thing I'll say about it as well. Is that you're 25, right?
I'll be 25 this year.
You got 5 years to make it in the UFC
Uh,
because they ain't gonna sign you once you turn 30. You're too little and you're too small in weight class. Me, I got 10 years. They'll sign they'll sign me at 40 because I'm a heavier and I'm in a heavier weight division. And they just don't have the heavyweights, they don't have the light heavyweights. So they sign older guys. Like if I just said, hey, if I said right now, I was like, hey, I'm done doing bare knuckle. I'm gonna commit to MMA. And I went on like a 10 fight win streak, like starting now, with like 8 finishes, they would sign me, dude, in a heartbeat. If I probably finished my next like 5 to 6 guys, they'd sign me because
All I heard
the
there, Sal, is
heavyweights.
you could do the same thing. So
Yeah, you can, but you got to start
because
putting
you're
the
still
work in.
old enough, put the work in now, though.
Yeah, you got to like start grinding, not hanging out with Chase 2 o'clock in the morning, sitting at the bar. And Chase had these dreams at one point too, but Chase got a really big reality check because I told Chase he's in a really tough weight class, and I said, you're not just gonna be able to walk across the cage and die for people's legs and take them down and hold them down forever. And then he had that rude awakening, and a lot of people need that awakening to see what this is really about. Fighting isn't for everybody, bro.
And what is it that you're willing to sacrifice?
Yeah, dude. Bro, like you might start fighting, right? I'm being dead serious. And I don't know if Sophie can hear me or not. You might start fighting and Sophie might pull you aside and be like, I don't like when you get hit. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't like to see this. I don't want you to do this. What the fuck are you gonna do, dude?
I'm gonna tell it's my passion. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
quit.
but some women don't care about that, bro.
No, but
So like there's a lot of things that you need to, I told my wife, I said, well, it's either that or you. I told her that when I met her. I said it's either you or this.
Don't talk about her. Don't talk about her like that, dude.
I really did.
That's.
I said it to her on our first date.
I had
I
to
said,
protect her all. I had to protect her for a whole day, dude.
yeah, I said to her, I said, listen, I said, I love this. I said, this is my first ever love in life. Well, I would say my second love. My first love was pro wrestling. So this is my, but I said to her, this is my first love in life. And I said, I will pick this over you every time. And I mean, I wouldn't do that now probably, but it'd be a very, very, very big argument. But she knows now that I ain't gonna give this up at all, ever.
No, well, I'll tell you this. I also think it's important for a relationship for each person in that relationship to make sure that they're focused on themselves too. So if
Yeah,
you
of
didn't
course.
have fighting, your relationship would be shit because you're gonna be miserable. So what would be the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And if you're miserable, she'd be miserable. Every time Lex is on here, it goes. The podcast is like 8 hours long. It's a full day episode.
Well, it's because I can. It's because I can actually talk.
Dude, who knows how long everybody can talk, especially you. That's the truth.
Well, it's because like I know how to like keep a conversation going, and I know how to change topics, and I know how to keep it interesting, bro.
Oh, you
There's a
definitely know how to
reason.
change. You definitely
Yeah,
know how to
there's a
change
reason.
topics.
There's a reason. 730,000 people watch my Instagram a month, dude. Let that sink in. See, he tried to ignore that because he knew that I was right. See, look at him. He didn't want to hear that because he knew I was right. But I'll just say it again.
how many other people?
730,000 people watch my Instagram a month because they want to hear what I have to say.
I'm
Write
one.
that down. Write that down. Write those
So,
numbers down.
so the sales episode is gonna blow all them numbers away, dude. Once I
I just
post
had
it,
one
people.
guy. I just had a guy right now DM me. Hey Lex, do you want to expand your fans? I'm gonna be like, brother, I have more fans than you could ever dream of. That's exactly what I'm gonna write him right now.
I get those all the time, dude. That's the thing, dude. I'm not even like I don't even care about that. I'm not even lying.
I know what
Like,
you
it's
care
crazy.
about. I know what you
Maybe.
care about.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I don't
No, I
really
know
care.
what you care about.
What do I care about?
Well, you want to see Sal's cock. All right, Sal, pull it out.
It's been long enough, Sal. This is all I wanted the whole time, dude.
Yeah, we wanted to see your
Bring it
cock.
out, Sal. I just been waiting for this
Sal, if
cock,
I
dude.
dress up, Sal, if I dress up as a Catholic priest, will you pull your pants down?
Maybe.
See, fucking perverted. You're a fucking pervert, dude.
You
You
asked
are.
me. Why do you want to dress up as a Catholic priest to begin with? Are you
This guy
that?
just wrote to me
Are you
again. Do you
that?
want me to introduce you to people up here to get? Let's read this. Hold on, we got to read that. That was kind of fucking weird. Lex, do you want to expand your fans? Do you want me to introduce you to people up here to get your name out? Maybe, oh boy, maybe work some fucking promotions up here.
It's like a
Get
fucking
some
cult.
sponsors here. Allow me to interview you. Come hang out down here for a day. We'll try to get you set up with people here. That way, people get acquainted. That will buy bar or that will buy BKFC. I don't know what he's trying to say. He sounds like he's talking.
Sal, you want to know what I hear here, dude?
People from Lehigh Valley purchase
Do
tickets.
you want to sell your soul? Is what it's saying, and Lex is saying, yeah, I'll sell my soul.
I'm just gonna write. I'm confused.
He wants to know if you want to sell your soul, dude.
I just wrote I'm confused and I moved on with my day. I got fucking messages. Where the fuck is Chris Camozzi?
You see this shit, Sal? This is what he does, dude.
That's what he deals with here.
This is what he does, dude, all the time.
This is my job, dude. I got one guy fucking talking shit to me.
And you love it.
Yeah, of course I
All right,
do.
give Sal one more. Give Sal give him another question, dude, and let's wrap this thing up before it's tomorrow.
All right.
Give him
Well, it's
another
only
one,
nine.
dude.
It's only 9:30. I have another 3 hours in me if I need to. Yeah. One time, Sal, I talked to Bill on the phone for 4.5 hours.
Me and my
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah, me and him and his wife, and because
He
I was,
he really
I,
wanted to talk to my wife, but
I
it's all
was
good.
having a hard, I was having a hard time with some mental stuff, and I talked to Bill, and his wife was there. His wife gives actually great advice. Bill, not so much, but his wife gives great advice. And your wife, dude, is like I don't know how the hell she puts up with you sometimes. Bro, I told CJ, I was like, dude, this guy must be thinking about my fight 24/7. I said, I've gotten 28 texts from this dude in the last 24 hours. I said, I got more texts than there are hours in the day about my fight from this guy. And dude, I think I fucking pumped him up.
I don't recall what I do.
You were just excited. You were just talking to me about my fight a lot.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think when you know the, I was addicted to it the first time I watched you fight, and it was hard to explain because when I went to this fight, I reached out to all my friends that I used to hang out with up there to
Right.
get tickets to, and they don't
What
know
about
you.
your one friend? Whatever happened to him? The one that got kicked out? I
The
told
one
him.
guy there at the place, dude.
Yeah.
I found him. I found him. He was walking around the outside that whole time. It was like
Right.
below zero. He's good now, dude. I mean, he's just, he's a really good dude, and I think when I'm up there, I'm gonna introduce him to you when he's sober. But he is a good dude. He just, he deals with his
I
own
was pretty
shit.
messed up too, so I was just mad at the world. But
No, no, I mean, it was. I was a little upset with him, but at the end of the day, I know who he is sober, and he's he just found out he was having a kid, and I just think his world
yeah,
was spinning too. So
yeah,
he over overdrank. But they couldn't I couldn't they thought I was all weird because I'm like I once your fight came up, there was no like I just shut down and I just sat in that chair, dude, and just I was just like honed in on the fight. Like it's different when you know the person. Like as soon as it started again, though, it was a wrap because luckily each time I went to your fight, you just started fucking them up right from the beginning, so it was a lot easier to watch. But the whole walkout and everything, dude, like I think I'm more tense than probably you. I
right.
just wouldn't know how to react to. I don't know why, but that's just what happens. Like as soon as the fight before yours ended, I was like, it just set in again. I was like, holy shit. It's different when you know the person fighting. I don't know how else to explain it.
What
I'm sure
was
you've
what?
been there.
What was This guy won't stop fucking messaging me. Well, what was your favorite one? The first one or the second one?
What was my favorite fight?
Yeah, so far.
I feel like they were still both kind of equal. I just like the that arena better, just because of where you're at.
What was your thought when you got there and then you were like, oh shit? Like, did you realize I was fighting there right away, or did it kick in when I was about to come out? How did that work?
Which one?
Me at the
3200 arena or
no, no,
whatever
no,
it's
no,
called?
no, no, the Wells Fargo.
Mm, did I know you were fighting right away?
No, motherfucker. Like when you got there,
Yeah.
right? When you got there, you
Mhm.
got to your seat,
Yep.
right? You sit in your seat and you're like, because at first you're probably, you know why you're there, but
Yeah.
that feeling probably didn't sink in right away.
No, it didn't. It wasn't until the fight before yours started to come to an end.
Right. I understand that. But I'm saying, like, were you just like, oh my God, like a good friend of mine is fighting here at the Wells Fargo Arena. Like,
Yeah. No,
when
it
did that
was.
kick in?
I mean that set in on the way there, personally.
Right.
Walking into it because the only time I've ever walked in there was to watch, the Sixers or the Flyers or something like that.
Or like flying midget wrestling with Sal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I seen
Yeah.
Sal do that a few times. But no, I
Yeah.
think just walking into the building was like, you know, it was cool for me too because I was with a bunch of dudes that like, were coming also to watch you fight. Like the fact that like these guys wanted to come and also watch and they don't know who you are or anything. I mean, that just kind of shows what kind of level you're fighting at too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the 3200 arena, I probably couldn't have got people to go because I never even heard of that place until you brought there.
2300. It's not the 32, it's a 23.
Same thing, but
Yeah, it's close.
I've never been there. I never even heard of that place before your fight. So, it's a little different. But now you picked up how many more fans from those tickets? That's what I was
A
telling
lot.
CJ. Like, dude, like that got how all the people I brought the next, if you ever fight in there again, I guarantee all them, because they were talking about the whole, like the next day on the group chat and stuff, they're going to tell people. And that's just added fans. Like my cousin was in love with it, dude. My cousin loved it, all of it.
Were they mad at me for getting mad at your friend?
No, dude, they were like, they were saying stuff about him.
Right. I
No,
said to one. I said to the one guy. I said, "Listen." I said, technically he represents me because he bought tickets here, and I was like, look how he's acting.
no, yeah, that's what they said. That's what they
Yeah.
told me, and they said the same thing to him. Like it wasn't nobody was mad at you
I
for
don't
his
care that he was
behavior.
drunk. I just cared that he was spilling the drinks and shit.
I
And
don't even know what happened because I was doing the Pat Brady fight, so I was sitting down.
well, when he walked up to me originally too, I'm like, who is this guy? Like it was just the way he
I
walked
seen
up.
that. I seen
Yeah.
that. That was funny.
Yeah. I'm like, who are you? Like, what do you like? Because
Somebody,
he didn't introduce himself. He didn't like, you know what I
nothing,
mean? Yeah, just
nothing.
walked up.
Somebody said that you're like that he's friends with me, and he's like, and then that's when you shift. You're like, yeah, you're friends with Bill. He's like, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
I
exactly
watched that.
right.
It was pretty funny. And then,
Yeah.
but nah, dude, the whole experience was awesome. I think, like I said, my cousin was in love with it.
What, Big Ben Rothwell?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is big, dude. He got mad at me when I first called him Big Ben.
No, he did it, dude. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he
know.
did, dude. Yeah, he did.
He didn't know who it is.
Yeah, he did, dude. He got mad, dude.
So he was a pretty tough dude back in the day too, but now
I
he's just
believe
old.
it. He's literally Ben Rothwell's child.
Yeah, he's a big name. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it was a great time, dude. Honestly.
All right, here's my last question for Sal, and then I'm going, dude, because fuck this podcast. Um, Sal, talk so we can see you.
Dickhead.
All right. So, how did you get to the arena?
My boy Ryan, who I also took to the fight, drove me.
All right, so you mooched off of him for a fucking ride because you're a fucking loser.
I bought his ticket.
Yeah, but you're a loser, so you had to mooch off him for a ride. So anyway,
Do you
um,
have a nice? Can you say something? I want you to in this last moment here with Sal. I want to hear nothing. No, do not.
I'll end it with something nice.
Yes, do not.
No, but I
Let's see
can't
if you
be.
can do it,
Hold
dude.
on. No,
I just want to see
I
if you can
can't.
do it.
I can't. I
You can
can't.
do it, dude. That's
No,
it. Come on,
no, but
try
I'll
your
end it.
hardest.
But I'll end it with not with something nice at the end. All right,
All
Sal,
right.
say something again so I can see you.
So
All right. So when you were on your way to the arena, did you have the realization that a friend of yours is fighting at this ginormous arena at this time? Because last year when you went, you just went as knowing no one.
yeah, no, the whole time I actually had anxiety for you. Because like
Well, I'll tell you this: you had a lot more anxiety than I did, you little fucker.
you're right, I probably did.
Go ahead, keep going.
And you being the third fight of the night, I was like, oh, like it stressed me out even more. Like you can even ask, like if you ever talk to Sophie, you can even ask her the whole time throughout the first two fights. I'm just like, dude, I just want Lex to be all right. Like I want him to walk in and out of that fight okay.
And I did. I
Yeah,
didn't get hit. I didn't even get hit.
you steamrolled him.
Okay, well, hold on. We didn't ask about that. That wasn't part of the questions, you little garden gnome.
You can't do it.
I can't, dude. Sal, say something again. I can't see it.
Hammy.
Still can't see it, dude. Talk without the cock in your mouth.
Loser.
All right, here we go. So you get to your seat all the way at the tippy top because you're broke. All the way at the tippy top. Couldn't see you. Try to look for you, but you look like an ant.
He ran right to Dave Feldman.
Well, I try to look around. I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna find it. So I just went back to doing what I was doing. I was like, oh look, I was like all the ants up there with the binoculars, and I went back to doing what I was doing. When so as I was fighting, right after that first sprint that I did, how were you feeling? Well, first off, I was told the entire arena was on their feet. So from your high point of view, was everybody on their feet when that happened?
That first 30 seconds, everyone was thinking the fight was going to be over. They thought they were going to call it. and then
So everybody was on their feet because you
Everyone
could
was
see
on their
because
feet.
you're all the way at the top.
the whole row, our whole row, everybody down below.
You were in the cheap seats, so you could see this entire arena.
Yeah,
Was everybody standing, Sal?
everyone was. That's not even a joke. Everyone was standing when you
Yeah,
bum
because
rushed
you
in.
were in the because
That's
just to
right.
clarify, we're just clarifying. You were in the cheap seats.
I was in the nosebleeds. Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right.
When you rushed them, yeah, everybody was standing.
Right.
Because I was 2 fights in. They both went to decisions. It was the most excitement we had
So far.
up so far. Yeah.
So first fight was Travis, and then the second fight was who was the second? The black guy. I forget that guy's name.
Yeah.
Prince guy.
He got the golden ticket there.
Yeah, he got the Willy Wonka chocolate factory.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I guess that's all the questions I have. All right, I'll end it with this. I'll say something nice about Sal. Sal, you're an all right guy.
I'll take it. Now go fuck up Chris Camozzi. That's all I gotta say.
I love it. Sam, thanks for coming on. Sorry that Lex hijacked the end, but honestly, he obviously loves you because I watched him with Taylor, and this is what he does with her too, dude. So he's obviously in love too. So if you ever want to give him, that 15 minutes of loving, I'm sure Lex will be gladly to accept.
I have no
Well,
doubt.
first off, he would never get near my ass. I would diddy the hell out of him.
Oh yeah, well, either way, I don't know which way you guys want to do it, but so Sal, if you want his 10 minutes of loving,
Well, Sal's not into that, dude. He's a homophobe. He said the F word online.